Welcome in to this week's episode of Unrolled Stories, a D&D campaign set in the world of Elvoria. We are back with these wonderful humans again to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. We are a little crunched for time tonight, so I'm going to rush through the announcements as usual. If you want to get yourself some dice or some wooden tabletop accessories, go and check out Dakota Irish and grab yourself 10% off with the code TheWelshDM at checkout. And you get yourself pretty little dice like Andrew has, and Andrew got for all of us as well. Wonderful British, Great Britain based
British dice.
Irish.
From Britain.
As a reminder, you can listen to Unrolled Stories as a podcast on Apple and Spotify and all those other podcasts if you would prefer to listen to it just audio version. And if you do, don't forget to give it a review for other people to find it as well. And in this game, we make use of the Reimagined Classes that are available on the DM's Guild and Bundle, allowing you to embody Balrick, Lesley, Aderyn, or Ximori at your table and the inevitable chaos therein. And all NPC art, as well as beautiful character art, was done by Aderyn Angelini, where you can go support them on their Art Venturing Guild on Patreon and grab NPC art for yourself. And Chibi battle map art, if we use it, was done by WeTheDreamingDesigns. Definitely check out both artists if you can, and don't forget to support real artists. With all of that out of the way, I think it's time to continue telling our story. Previously, after hiding out for the night in Rune's gym / home, a former friend of Ximori's from their pit fighting days, and a tense argument in the middle, you decided to try and do something to help, not really understanding what was happening, but at least knowing probably who was responsible. Deciding action was better than no action, and you would deal with the ramifications afterwards. You headed to the Crystal Lantern and Tauri there to acquire the magical items you had pre-ordered a week ago. Arquen, in love with his beautiful new white and bronze shield, scrolls obtained, lanterns fixed, Ioun stones, and much more besides. Where it all came to a head was when you exited the Crystal Lantern and came face to face, well, more face to chest for some of you, with the large armoured plate form of a jade cloak. The beautiful, intricate detailing on their plate, and completely concealed face telling you to come with him. Much to the obvious frustrations of the castigators, who are about 40 feet away on the other side of the courtyard. You were taken then to the Imperial Palace, the Jishen Palace at the centre of the city, to meet with Malachi Teotzadan, the heir to the Emperor, heir to the Empire, and descendant of the Dragoness's heir. An intense conversation was had, shall we say, where silence was chosen for many people instead of potential risking offence. Where the prince attempted to discern who you were, what you were doing in this city, and what your intent was in the events the day before, and how involved you really were. Seemingly not unconvinced by your answers, but feeling like there was more to be going on with. Eventually the truth did come out. His two children, in their kind of early teens, late tweens, had gone missing in the events of the day before, along with the hand of the Emperor, Sidukesi Ying Feng. and they needed to be found, and needed to be found by people who were willing to jump into chaos, but not necessarily affiliated with the crown for fear of such information getting out. The city was already on edge enough as it was. If the second in line to the Imperial throne was deemed to go missing, who knows what would happen. And so you were faced with the option of being involved, or what happens to people who were told a secret that wasn't allowed to get out and turning it down. So you didn't really have a choice. You accepted and were taken to the scene of the crash, where the young princelings and princessling were taken, and investigating you found various things. The two major ones being the carriage that had rammed into the royal carriage being a very recognizable agricultural commission cart that you had previously acquired and done good work with by feeding the slums. Tauri uncovered in the rubble a small kind of palmer hand-sized box with a faint divination glow emanating from within. Arquen shared the scant notes he had managed to acquire from the Knight's hideout before it blew up, including and not limited to including but not limited to a map that didn't correspond to the city, and increasingly frustratingly annoyed Tauri that she couldn't figure out exactly what it was for. And Balrick, lastly, obviously, managed to follow the footprints, essentially, that led to a sewer grate that was not broken into in any way, shape, or form, but neatly unlocked and then relocked again. So at that point, you decided time was of the essence, and chose the best course of action would be to dive into the sewers right away, over potential any other actions that could have been taken. So the first thing you came across was a bunch of leaks and burst pipes. The heavy rain and storms that have been going through the region recently have kind of flooded the sewers a little bit and put it underneath its strain. But together, you managed to overcome the rampant waters, Ximori nearly disappearing a long way down, avoided falling down a bottomless pit, and turned off a number of pressure valves to get yourselves further into the sewer complex. Which is where we will pick up. With you all wandering down this large sewer, some probably 20 to 30 feet in diameter, rushing water still going along strong, but now only shin deep for most of you, able to wade it should you will. Moisture slick on the walls, moss and algae growing on spaces, the occasional bit of flotsam or jetsam just bobbing down, a fatberg if you will, or a barrel going past behind you. It is a very dim and dark place with, I think, basically only lit by the magical lantern that Balrick recently got fixed. And yeah, what are you doing? Where are you going? What's your plan?
I'm back.
We're going to find the kids.
Oh, Arquen, you woke it up.
Where are they?
Keep on going. Keep on trucking, as I've just been doing until this point, quite clearly.
Not complaining about walking through sewers in armour.
I think it probably makes sense for us to just give it one or two more attempts, and if we can't find anything, then I need to go through all this paperwork.
I'll happily...
we lost the trail, didn't we?
Can I have
lost the trail, perhaps seems
really much of a trail.
Yeah, you basically came to the conclusion of you entered down the tunnel and went, we could go left and get rushed out with the water, probably out into the sea, or turn right and walk upstream, essentially. That was basically your options. You went, well, I doubt they went to a waterfall. And so you went the other way.
Wow.
I was going to say we found like the trap and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. So we did have a sort of semi-trail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is now Well, I guess we just push forward then.
A little summary of what this map that I found, and quite clearly very largely studied completely, was about.
We have no idea. It kind of looks like the city, but isn't.
It was wrong.
And it's not the sewers.
What do you mean?
It was just wrong.
It's in vaguely the same shape as the city, but none of it makes sense.
If that's all the information I'm getting, then I'll have to just run with it.
Yeah,
That's all we've got.
Yeah, your information is like, it is somewhat resembling the layout of a settlement. That, if you blurred your vision, could perhaps be acquainted to a similar dimension to Andemon, but based on your knowledge of the city, especially Tauri's knowledge of the city, who rolled on it, it doesn't physically line up in terms of building placement, streets, or anything regarding Andemon itself. And even down
Doesn't line up in terms of sewers either.
Yeah, it doesn't also line up to sewers. So, it's like... your confusion is, why is this relevant?
So it's got buildings on it.
Well, if you constitute it to be a map, it has blocky objects that you would go, that would be a building. Yes.
Yeah.
It has a great many lines and looks somewhat like a map. That's about as far as we got.
It's got the equivalent of streets and buildings.
Ish.
But it doesn't quite match up with...
Any settlement.
We know how much Gethin loves a fucking Shadowfell adventure, so is this a Shadowfell
I have
version
never
of
run a
Andemon?
Shadowfell adventure, to be clear.
Motherfucker, you only run creatures that are undead. What were the two most recent adventures we did, and what were the enemies we fought?
Okay,
Was it
I do like
ghosts
Nightwalkers.
and more ghosts?
I like Nightwalkers.
Nightwalkers. What was the campaign about before this one? Was that about undead as well?
The campaign about this one was,
Yeah, a little bit,
about the destruction of the world by a demon, but whatever.
Yeah.
but through a vampire.
Through the medium of undead.
Through a vampire, yeah. Anyway, what is your plan? Are you just wandering aimlessly through a sewer?
And I...
Not aimlessly, we're going to follow the logical route upstream.
Okay. After a short while, you head upstream and you come to a four-way junction.
Let's split into four, everyone.
Is there an obvious sign of a direction that two screaming kids might have been dragged in?
Roll me a survival check, I guess.
Guys, if you remember back to the hag, it's always 3.
Can I help? Because I am pretty good at survival.
Sure, you can provide the help action.
It's always 3.
Balrick, do you want to try and see if there's anything that might hint as to where they went? You're a tracker of some kind. And I'll give him Bardic Inspiration and give him the help action.
I will say you can't do both.
That's fair. Because one's
help
bonus, one's
Balrick.
And also,
action, so-
we've already
I
got
don't-
someone rolling survival. I don't want this just to
I
become
don't-
into
I don't
6 people
think-
roll survival.
I don't think Leslie's that much of a tracker, so I will help Balrick. I'm sure you're doing your thing, but...
Leslie's looking at the water like there must be something in here.
Lesley, what you spot is you
yes.
swear you spot a 3-eyed fish.
Whoa!
That's cool.
What? What have you found?
Balric?
Sorry.
So, am I
fish?
getting the bardic?
Yeah, you got the Bardic. It's just I couldn't also
and
give you the
I'm
help
giving
action.
you the help action rather than Lesley.
Bardic brings it to 22.
22. You kind of start taking a look around, and there is no possibility of there being your standard way of tracking a creature that you are used to in this sewer. Is essentially the point you're at. There is too much running water and not like a riverbed underneath for there to be left markings behind. If there is markings or stuff to try and follow, like you think back to the instance where you were tracking down what's-his-face in Isra Wood, where people were leaving markings on places, that is a different thing to try and look for, essentially. I'll give you with a 22 that the way you've been wandering through and how very clearly it's quite easy to get lost in these sewers without a map or a knowledge of where you're going. Either the people you're following had a map or had a means of navigating through.
I don't think we're getting anywhere tonight just by wandering aimlessly. I can
Tell you what I do have, and I'll tell you now that this is the only rat in existence who has held court with the heir of the Empire. I pull Carl out of a pocket. How does it feel to be emissary to the Rat Kingdom?
Are you casting Speak with Animals?
Yes, of course.
I mean, honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I was quite snoozy in your hood.
Understandable. Tell me, my friend. I give him a bit of cheese. Now, Carl, we seek a group of people who wander around these sewers, who have taken to the chill. You've got the smell of the guy, the Dragonborn. You know what he smells like now. Can you smell anyone else who smells like that, or anywhere they might have gone in these sewers?
I'll be honest, it stinks down here.
Yes, but you have an incredibly discerning nose.
I really
Rats
don't.
do. Rats do.
Yeah, he didn't.
Not this rat.
Not this one. Sorry, I'm nose blind.
I'm a city rat.
I'll be honest. Yeah, you lot kind of. It doesn't help that Shiki over there keeps cleaning all the spaces. I've kind of lost the scent. I've gone a bit nose blind.
Well, do you smell anything interesting? What's interesting to Carl the rat?
He like jumps off and goes scurrying. You see him like scurry in a crack somewhere and disappear, and then he comes back a moment later and is like dragging a like a very moldy like piece of bread that got wedged in the wall at some point. Just like
Dick. I pick it up to take it with us.
Arquen, were you just talking to a rat?
You know Carl.
No?
Fine, this is Carl. I introduced you earlier, but Carl is the ambassador to the Rat Kingdom.
Right. When you're... I don't care. When you're talking to him, are you like talking like... just like talking to this rat and he understands, or are you like squeaking to this rat? Are you
Good
speaking
question.
or squeaking?
Am I speaking or squeaking?
I don't really mind. That's entirely up to you.
I think...
How does the powers of the Fae channel through you to allow you to talk to a rat?
Well,
wait,
now...
bear in mind, this should probably affect how you speak to all animals. So
Of course.
choose the funniest
So
way.
when I've spoken to the horses before, I have obviously been whinnying at them.
He's squeaking. Confirmed.
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just squeaking at a rat.
Another situation where
This feels on brand.
magic is not doing magic.
Just being
You just
fluent
know
in
rat
rat.
language.
This is exactly like when I screamed at a giant seagull.
I'm fluent in horse as well. I'm going to add those to my languages now. Horse and rat. Anyway, Carl, thank you for your service. I put him back in my hood with the moldy bread.
Starts nibbling away.
Right. So we don't really have anything.
I'm out of ideas.
I mean, remember when we were in that forest and there was like the hag and stuff, and there was all the stuff we had to get through, like that maze. Kind of a maze. It was like a bunch of paths.
Always go left.
I'm fairly sure Aderyn, like we just kind of followed Aderyn and it worked. So Aderyn,
That's true.
which of these paths?
And I
How
also...
many, how many exact paths are there?
There are
There's-
4, including the way that you came. So there's 3 paths that you can choose from, other than going back.
The wise idea is to go back.
Let me think.
also try and...
Hello, hag.
Yeah.
I'll count for you.
Okay, thanks.
I'll tell you when you stop.
Okay.
I'm not
Hello,
going to show
hag.
you. I'm not going to show you though.
Important question. 4 paths. Pick a number. Sewers.
3.
It stinks.
What?
It's Aderyn, by the way.
Oh, I see. You were speaking to the hag.
Done? Okay, you're fine. You're safe.
Hello, dear. Pleasure to hear from you again. It seems you find yourself in a similar pickle again. Perhaps you want to deal with that problem more permanently. You seem cursed. I
assume the
cannot give
hag
you an answer without more knowledge.
I'm assuming the
It has
hag.
got to curse.
I assume that the hag is beyond the rules of.
Yes, the hag does what they want.
I'm gonna reply because why not use all my spell slots on this?
This is important.
This is important. Not cursed, I hope. Need to find bad people. They ran through the sewer. There are 4 paths. They all look the same. Please help.
I think that got to 26, so I think it went, please.
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 I don't know sewers too well, but if you seek someone who flees,
Look for number 3s.
ask yourself, are they fleeing from you or fleeing to something? Perhaps they know where they're going.
Okay, I'm gonna look around. Does the water seem to be flowing a specific way, a bit more like
Roll me an investigation check.
more? Guys, I'm investigating.
Can I also
How many
look
times
around
do you reckon-
for any marks that might be like basically thieves' cant, marks?
Guys, nat 20. I am investigating.
-2.
Investigation.
No, for Aderyn, it's +2.
No, +3.
Oh,
It's
+3
it's
now.
cutting words from Tauri.
How many times do you reckon the Gethin can hint at? Go back and look at the map before we actually listen.
I have
will.
given you all of the information you know. It's up to you what you do at this point. Whether
We
people
have to
mention
find out,
things,
Chris.
bring
But
things up,
We are.
I don't know. But
We have
Aderyn,
to play it out in character, and this is what us morons would do.
if you
Well,
want,
Tauri
if you
has
want me
mentioned-
to intercede, spend an inspiration for the narrator to get involved. But there's a rule
Can
on
now.
there's a rule on inspiration of basically have me tell you something your character would innately know, essentially, like stuff that you may have forgotten that might be pertinent and that kind of stuff.
Drew, we have
It's in the
birthday
alternate
inspiration.
uses of inspiration.
Anyway, we have a natural 20 to resolve here. Aderyn, you take a look and innately just like focus in on the flow of water, and they are different. 2 of them are much. What am I trying to go with? Actually, no. This is what we'll go with. We'll tie it more to you per se. None of them look all that different. To the natural person, the person who's used to investigating like a Balrick or a Tauri, they wouldn't have been able to discern the difference between all of these flows of water. To you, however, something sticks out, and it is the faintest of faint. It's a rippling moment in the water that goes past, but one direction, the one that leads to the right, it's just a little darker. Like the light from Balrick's lantern doesn't permeate the water just as much. looks like it clings a little bit more to the darkness.
Okay. So they are running. They are running from. Aderyn's just gonna like mumble out loud. She is like investigating. Okay, she's going like pacing back and forth. Like, okay, they're running from something, but then all the water is running from something because the water is never still. The water is always running. So they are running like the water, but where are they running to? The hag said where. You know, they are going somewhere. A lot of water sometimes doesn't go somewhere. Some water, it just doesn't know where it's going. So these waters, that water, darker, could be dirtier. And if it's dirtier, maybe it's going to where dirty water goes, which is probably a bad place. They wouldn't want to go to a bad place. However, then I have to pick between the other three.
Two.
And that's too many choices. No, we could go backwards.
Between the other two.
We could go backwards, Tauri. You don't know. They could have fooled us. But, okay, fine. Let's say 2 versus the 1. Now, it could be wrong. Or it's different. And they want to go somewhere different. Because they don't want to be here. So I think we should go to the right.
I just rolled a wisdom save for Ximori, and I lost concentration trying to follow what Aderyn says, and I revert to my demon form.
Your eyes have gone in 2 different directions.
I did not even realise that was supposed to be Aderyn speaking out loud, so I thought that was just Aderyn's inner monologue. I think Balrick completely zoned out of that whole thing. He was like, "No,
I'm playing Kickapoo."
Tauri's the only one listening, and she regrets it deeply.
Yep.
Tauri
said what she thinks we should do.
I paid an 8 intelligence amount of attention to it.
I think we should go right, you know. The hag helped last time.
If you think right is right, then let's go right, right? Yeah.
Quick look right. Sorry.
A quick look right. And if that isn't it, we'll go back again. Back up to the surface. Sorry, I tried to follow and I lost it.
It's okay. I think we all lost something there.
So,
Okay, there we go. I shrink back down again.
anyone
Right.
disagree, or are we happy to...
No, Aderyn
that's
knows
good.
the way. I
Well,
don't know
trust-
why, but you trusted you.
but trust in you."
Did it work last time? I can't remember.
Probably.
It worked one
For a
of the
while.
junctions, and then did not work for the next.
I
any
see.
of the next junctions.
It worked for one of them.
Currently, we're working on about a 33% success chance of just letting Aderyn run with it.
Well, do you have any better ideas, Mr. Ratboy?
Yeah.
Find more rats. Carl may be ambassador to the rat world, but he is not
Okay.
chief engineer or city planning infrastructure person for the rat kingdom. So,
You turn down the right-hand tunnel, Aderyn leading the way into the gloom and dank darkness of the sewers further. The light of the day that you left behind slowly fading in your memories. Can I have everyone please roll me a d20?
Why?
That's a 3.
19.
19. Snap.
14.
It turns out it's an odds and evens thing.
Emma?
It's a natural 12.
And Bryn's vanished, but I rolled higher for Tauri. Aderyn, as you're leading the troop further into the darkness, looking for further signs of ripples in the water that drew you in this direction, or maybe the hag will send you a message themselves, your mind begins to somewhat wander, thinking back to how you kind of ended up in the sewer, considering your whole past life, and your your brain begins to remember shortly after the incident where your mother was taken from you. There was a festival going on in Riverhold, and it was about this time that you definitely started to become aware of disease and all of that, and you were keeping a distance from the crowd, and then the crowd began to kind of dance in the revelry, and the crowd began to expand and encompass even the space that you were holding back, and suddenly you were swept up in this moving crush of bodies, and shifted and jostled and pushed further and further in until you found yourself in the center of the crowd, and looming over you, still a small person at this point, the crowd shadowing the darkness descending upon you. What did you do in this moment?
No, I think I definitely would have kind of frozen on the outside and kind of delved inside in a kind of internal panic.
As you kind of collapse into yourself, the movement began to slow down until everyone just kind of stopped and turned to look at you. And their eyes staring down, unmoving. And the light of day begins to fade. And just the shadows descend, reaching out towards you from the dozens, perhaps hundreds of people crushing you in a crowd. Lesley, you're wandering down the tunnel behind Aderyn. A faint sense of pride in your heart as the kind of young girl, who's technically older than you, I think, that you kind of adopted on the road into the city, into the Empire. It was many, many weeks and months ago now. You can't help but kind of think back to a previous young child. And you begin to kind of picture them running up ahead of you in Balrick's lantern light in the tunnel. Their faint laughter, and they go turning round a corner while Aderyn leads you further up the tunnel. And then you suddenly hear echoing down from that side of the tunnel, "Dad! Dad! Help! I fell over! It hurts!" What did you do?
Leslie's rushing around the corner.
You rush around the corner into a dark corridor. You're just hearing the shouts of the recognizable young voice echoing around the space around you. The darkness begins to envelop you as you have no torchlight with you, and you're just running in the darkness towards a noise. And then you hear the voice kind of just get quieter and sadder and just begin to start sobbing in the darkness, just saying, "It won't matter, he won't come. My dad doesn't even care." Ximori, in that briefest of moments, you swear you're walking down the tunnel with everyone else, and you see Lesley kind of begin to look around. And then you hear, coming down one of the tunnels that you're approaching, the sound of footsteps, hushed voices. Can you roll me a perception check?
It's not 13.
13. Catch out small pieces, fragments of the word. Just like, "This way, boys. Secret doors up here. Be careful with the stuff. Don't let it get in the water." worry, they ain't looking for us. Boss will be pleased. Fight nights tonight.
I think they're this way, or so, and I slink down into the darkness and...
Slink down into the darkness, and you see just up ahead a small lantern being held by a trio of clad figures. All with kind of hoods up, kind of worn leathers, but on one of them you just see on an exposed neck a small chain tattoo poking up from underneath the clothing. And then one of them just kind of hears the splashing as you stepping through the footwells. And you just see the hood kind of turn around, and a long snouted black scaled dragonborn just peers up to look you in the face. In that moment your heart stops. Tauri, you're probably kind of wandering along these tunnels a little bit, following a turn here or there, rest of the party leading the way. And then you just see floating down in the waters beside you a mannequin. Just a waxwork figurine just bobbing down, its vacant eyes staring up at the ceiling. And just as it goes past you, you swear its head turns to look at you. And you look back, and it's staring up at the ceiling again.
You see, anyone who was paying attention will just see my back shiver.
As you lead yourself, as you're led round a corner, it's not just one. There's now a couple just leaned up against the sewer wall, like they were left here, discarded here. Just their arms broken at an obtuse angle, their heads cocked and staring vacantly down the tunnel as you approach. And then one of them, just as they shift, just goes past, and you just move, you slip slightly, and you end up shuffling into one, and its hand grabs you by the arm. You stare. Your head turns around, and you just are staring at this vacant, blank mannequin as its hand is just resting on you.
Stab it with a dagger.
Make me an attack roll.
It's shit. I rolled a 2. So, 3.
Okay.
No, wait, it'll be higher than that.
You're proficient.
Yeah, I'm proficient in the dagger. So, 6.
You lash out to it, and in that moment, you slip on the cobblestones beneath you. You go splashing into the river. The mannequin falls on top of you, cascading a couple more that begin to just drop on top of you, pinning you underneath the water, underneath their weight, and suddenly you are being washed down, wrapped in the arms of mannequins, grabbing you and staring you blankly as you are slowly about to be drowned in sewage. Balrick.
Yeah.
As you're walking along this tunnel, the rest of your party arranged ahead and behind you, darkness pressing in either sides of your recently acquired and working lantern, you begin to hear Achtus, Elechanidov, and the sound of giant begins to echo around the sewers.
I immediately tent up. Reach backwards for my bow. No, I don't reach for my sword, but yeah.
You reach for your sword. No one else in the party seems to react in this moment around you. And in fact, they begin to become secondary to your thought process, as you just see, wandering around, sitting up ahead, as you blink for a second, your party forgotten, your party not present, waiting up ahead in the tunnel, blocking your passage forward. A large, two-headed giant, sitting on a pile of kegs and broken rubble and other discarded pieces of refuge, arguing with itself before its two heads turn towards you and just begin to start which you know as it begins to mock you for being a small and pathetic weakling, worthy only of being a toothpick for a proper giant. And it reaches for a large metal pipe broken off from above, the sewer's water just gently cascading down, reaches for this pipe and just goes, and just says, morsel, and goes to reach for the club.
Balrick starts to back away.
It steps up, it begins to loom up and fill the corridor and begins to boosh, the water splashing either way towards you, the vibrations echoing around the chamber as it begins to just lumber towards you, its two heads laughing mockingly at you as the sewage pipe is dragged along, occasionally causing sparks up. Arquen. Walking down this dark, dingy, nothing sewer in a city you don't care for, trying to achieve something for a ruler you deem irrelevant. You just begin to wonder, what are you doing? Begin to just sit there and question, who am I for this purpose? And you just begin to spiral and spiral, and your head just becomes a swirling pool down to the empty core inside of you, until you are just a tiny little thing sitting inside a reanimated corpse. But you still feel the limbs of yourself moving towards a goal, no longer in control, no longer being able to make decisions, no longer even being able to champion and discover what were you before you were this entity. Looking out through hollow eyes like the windows on a carriage looking forward in a dark night. What do you do? What are you thinking?
I think Arquen is more the entity within this form. Is starting to wonder whether, this is indeed his body, or whether he is something that this Fey Queen has used to reanimate a corpse for her purposes, whether the memories he has are just the memories that the corpse itself has, and wonders, partly wondering sort of like, so what is it all for? Am I just a tool or a weapon or something like that? But I think he's also thinking, but there's no reason that if I were a tool that I would have just joined with this group of weirdos, these randoms. I think I did that of my own volition, of my own free will. So, what am I? What am I for?
I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. Is that
You'll never guess what it is. No, that's a 29 for a natural 20.
29 for a natural 20 is a weird way to say it. But I would like to tell me in this moment how you pull yourself out of this spiral.
As he's sort of feeling the numbness in his limbs of just being this entity nestled within this reanimated corpse, reanimated twice now. I think he sort of feels sort of like the sensation in his fingers, feels himself wandering through the sewage and the smell of it on the air, and smelling like the rot and everything, and remembering nature, remembering sort of rotting of wood in ancient forests that he's wandered through many, even though he doesn't know it, for many years of his life. Thinking again about sort of, he's not alone. There are people around him that he has joined with out of his own volition, and thinking why he sort of joined with them.
Which member of the troop in particular comes to mind in this moment for you?
Probably, out of everyone, it's probably Aderyn.
As
sort of one of the people who have both experienced death and also experience of like the loss of memory and purpose and the like.
As you fight for that sense of self and that self-chosen purpose, you cling on to that thought, and as you kind of draw yourself back into that full consciousness almost, you find yourself surrounded by people. Initially you're like, I'm back with everyone I want to destroy, but no, it's much more chaotic with that. Dark, it's late dusk, night is descending soon, and the shadows of all of these people are converging impossibly on a singular point in the middle of the crowd. And they are all just ominously standing, ignoring you, compressed in a crowd, shoulder to shoulder, no gaps for the light to creep through, and there is just a presence in the air. Aderyn, what are you doing right now?
I think I'm crouching on the floor, kind of gently rocking, and trying really hard to control myself from just, like, I can feel magic at the tip of my fingers wanting to explode outwards, and I'm trying really hard to kind of contain that.
I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm. That's a 5 + 2, 7.
Okay.
Be within 10 feet.
Everyone roll a save.
Aderyn, you take 10 points of psychic damage in this moment, and I want to explain to you, you to explain to me, and what Arquen sees in this moment as that panic sets in, fear grips you, and you have very other little courses of action.
Okay. Do I get to talk to Arquen?
Just narrate to me what happens with Aderyn in this moment, surrounded by all of these people with magic burning at the edges of her fingertips.
Okay. She's like kind of trying to hold her hands to her chest, like, no, please no, please no. But like it's like wanting to burst, and like she keeps picturing crystal shards exploding outwards from her, because that's all she wants to do. Like, she wants the crowd to be away from her.
All you hear at that moment is you begin to look around Arquen, you begin to notice it, just crystal shards begin to just burst in and out of the floor, the flickering at the edges, a growing nebulous energy in the center, and then the crowd just begins to pick up. Just the cries of witch, sorcery, danger just begins to be taken up by the crowd, and the chaos begins to ensue, and the tension builds. And we will cut back to Lesley. What are you doing as the voice in the darkness just begins to sob quietly to itself?
Lesley is running like a wild animal, really trying to find his son. Like every route, if the voice gets further away, he's like trying a different direction, different tunnel, just trying like madly, even though he knows, he just can't find him, right? He's lost.
Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
So that's 5.
5. You take 10 points of psychic damage as you are just running through darkness. All you feel is you cascading around. You're tripping over large boulders, breaking your knee into things, stumbling head over arse. There's shards of sharp metal that you cut yourself upon in your desperation to flee, and the voice just seems to mockingly disappear further and further into the darkness as it just begins to utter, I don't need him anyway. I can be strong without him. Ximori, as this black dragonborn face turns towards you, what do you do?
I think where shadow has been sort of leaking out from Ximori as we've been down in these tunnels, the sort of faint screams just at the very edges of hearing from them, that sound just begins to build louder and louder as bursting down the tunnel in a mix of abject panic and wild fury. The shadows just erupt forward down the tunnel like a tsunami of darkness as Ximori lets go completely. The shape of Ximori immediately breaking into that demonic look as they just sprint down the tunnel on all fours, jumping off the walls, desperate to get to this person, desperate to get to Norak.
In that moment, you see one of the other hoods get thrown back by one of the others who goes to pull up a kind of a magical amulet in that moment. As the hood throws back, you see the pointed features, the curling, long, wavy brown hair of Tauri looking back at you in that moment. A faint, glowing, magical tattoo just appearing up from underneath the collar that in that moment you instantly recognize, and your anger sets in. And this amulet flashes up towards you, and there is a burst of energy, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. 1. As that energy bursts forward, there is a blinding forgetfulness of the rage, of the anger, of the hatredness, and you just find yourself stall in mid-motion, staring at this face before you, and the face you think you recognize as Tauri, and you take 10 points of psychic damage. Tauri, you're being dragged underneath the waters, with mannequin faces staring at you, their hands weighing you down underneath the water. What do you do? I can't hear you, Bryn.
I cast Thunderwave.
Okay. There is a... the mannequins wash off. There's a loud burst of water in and around that shakes the very foundations and stone around you. The mannequins go flying off into the space, and you find yourself for a moment breathing fresh air as the water escapes from the space around you, and you find yourself having floated down where previously there was 2 or 3 on the walls. You are now in an abandoned warehouse full of mannequins all just staring at you. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That is a 13 on the die, so 15 total.
15 total. In that moment, you find yourself in this space, and you begin to just hear the sounds of voices coming from one side, but the mannequins all stare ominously towards you, and they are just only the ones in the corners of your vision are just moving towards you. And the moment you look back, they're not moving at all. What do you do?
Try and find a way out.
You look around and you can see on the edge there is a wall along the side with a wooden door. You just have to get through a bunch of mannequins to get there.
I will slowly make my way through them trying to duck under things as I go, slowly, methodically, head on a swivel.
You come through just ominous emotions. The stress is getting to you, building with you, and eventually you do reach that door, and you just look behind you, and then that last moment look, you see every mannequin in the hall, just their heads, all having turned to face you and watch your path through the room as you reach that door and just begin to open it, and you see on the other side a bunch of figures in a sewer and a half-demon terrifying form standing there limply. Balrick, this giant is chasing you down the sewer. Clang, 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 this large sewer pipe chasing you down, swooping and splashing the water behind you, cracking the stone just behind your footsteps. What do you do?
Well, as it begins to pick up speed, I turn and run.
You go
Don't draw a sword or anything yet.
You just go full sprint. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as the tunnels just go splashing behind you, desperately trying to find a course of action, turning left, turning right, sprinting straight ahead.
14.
14. Sprinting away. It's getting closer. There is a large... You feel the pressure of air coming in before you, and you're suddenly blown forward, crashing, tumbling, smashing into the ground. As the pipe hits you in the back, you take 10 points of psychic damage as you go splashing down, and the mocking laugh behind you. So small, my pipe is even bigger than him. You see the shadow loom over you, prepare to slam down once again.
The pipe of psychic damage.
Arquen, the crowd begins to jeer and shout for sorcery and witchcraft. Aderyn, you look up and you see in the crowd Arquen there, but you see a dark look on his face. He is part of the crowd, holding a pitchfork and a torch towards you. What do the two of you do?
I am going to... I mean, I can recognize this magic as being from Aderyn, and I can see Aderyn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not... To myself, am I holding a pitchfork?
No.
Cool. I'm going to run towards Aderyn, and...
Aderyn, you see Arquen rush towards you along with other members of the village holding pitchforks, torches, some of them with manacles and chains rushing towards you to try and press you in. What do you do?
I'm gonna kind of like get up and stumble back and yell, I'm sorry, and like kind of put my hands up as in like to surrender, but that might cause my magic to explode outwards because I was kind of holding it in, and now I've gone like
Arquen, what do you do?
Can I see that it's about to explode?
Yes.
I would like to run up to Aderyn, like basically like bear hug around the front and have my shield around her back, so that if it does go off, it's only gonna hit the inside of my shield and me.
Okay.
Anyone directly above us, which, you know.
Aderyn, make me a wisdom saving throw with the bonus from Arquen.
+4.
Yay.
I will remind people you have inspiration if you need rerolls.
I have 2.
10.
I can only help so much.
Aderyn, what spell goes off?
Oh, badly am I gonna do this? No, I'm gonna do the shards, the crystal shards, but like in full.
Roll me the damage and tell me how much damage Arquen takes. But it is just Arquen. You do.
To be fair, he gets to roll a save.
I don't think I do in this instance. I'm pressing a claymore mine to my chest. I can't go. Whoa!
That's 11. 11.
11
and you can't take any reactions.
You take 11 points of damage. Arquen, what do you want to do in this moment? As that burst of energy erupts out. Aderyn is in front of you, terrified. She's looking at you with a look of betrayal on her face, because to Aderyn, it looks like Arquen is trying to wrap you up in manacles right now.
I think I can't see that, so I think, but I can see she's terrified, so I think I'm just gonna sort of, keep bear hugging and say, like, it's okay. Like,
roll me a persuasion check, please.
That is a 22.
A 22. Arquen, I would like you to explain to Aderyn how you convince her that this is all a nightmare.
I think I'm basically trying, press my head against hers and try and, form, the mental connection and, try and think. I know, Arquen thinking, it's unheard of. But, try and get across that I am not trying to hurt her. This is an illusion. This is, I'm trying to basically just be a shiny golden idol, bronze idol, in fact, Aderyn, in the darkness.
In that moment, the clarity comes back to you of Arquen standing protective over you against the crowd. You see the crowds begin to back off. Cracks begin to appear in the crowd that you could rush through. Arquen extends their hand to you, and the two of you grab your hands and go rushing through the crowds, escaping this nightmare, this fear setting in upon you. And in a moment, in a haze, you are splashing, running through the sewers again, breathing, the rest of your party seemingly elsewhere. Tauri, as you crack open this door, you see in front of you Ximori held loosely and 3 other figures staring at them. What'd you do?
Can I tell what the figures are?
They look like shady figures in leather and hoods and everything in a sewer.
Does Ximori look like they've noticed me?
Ximori currently is in a catatonic state in pure demon form.
I am going to cast Healing Word on him.
Okay.
In the hopes that it will help bring him out of his state and let him know that I'm nearby.
Roll me that healing.
Where's the T4? 3, 1, so 4 plus 4, 8.
You get 8 points of healing back, Ximori, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw in that moment.
That is a 5.
A 5. You feel wounds you weren't aware of begin to knit and heal, and your face is just drawn to this Tauri figure in this moment, and you feel nothing but desire to... You're fighting against the strain as this figure holds there, and all you can see is that tiny voice in the back of your brain that you knew all along it was too good to be true. That someone in this party was always going to betray you. Someone always going to fight back. And as you lunge forward to try and attack them, it's a momentary restraint and a burning sensation that fights back into your mind. You take another 10 points of psychic damage.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do I feel that I was frightened or charmed?
Make me an insight check.
The main reason I'm asking is obviously counter charm.
No, that's fair.
Insight, 25.
25. If you were, it wasn't any that you're distinctly aware of, but I will also say with a 25 that counter charm might work at breaking someone out of this. You can certainly try if you want to.
Well, I would like to use my action and until until there's a reason for me not to, I am going to just pull out the flute that Ximori bought me, that I keep in my boot, because flute and boot. And then just start playing it's going to sound weird, but I'm going to play a popular nursery tune that is well known throughout the Empire.
Ximori, please make a reroll on your wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to say also have bardic inspiration, but not counted against Tauri's usage.
What's the bardic inspiration?
D8.
What's the dice? D8.
The bardic inspiration is a D8.
That is slightly better. That's 11.
11. Ximori, you're sitting there rattling against chains, and then there's a melody coming from somewhere that seems to cut through the deadly silence that's upon your ears, but you remain trapped in this moment.
As I'm sort of pushing forward, my eyes sort of flicking between the three figures, and down through the center of my face, the jaw cracks open, and I bellow a scream out at them. Still not able to move, but fighting my way forward.
Yes, that scream echoes out, and you see Tauri and Norak turn to each other and just exchange a furtive whisper that you could overhear. It's just like, this will be useful. They're growing stronger. We should have let them all out ages ago. Aderyn and Arquen, as you appear back in the tunnel, you suddenly see Lesley just go sprinting past the tunnel up ahead of you.
Pulling chunks of crystal out of my chest. Let's go get the idiot.
No, there are. Sorry, carry on. Yes, you go. I would like one of you to make an athletics check with advantage. Lesley, I would like you to make an athletics check as to set the DC.
I'm gonna let
Thank God for
Arquen do the athletics, but I will yell in Leslie's head to try and help.
Okay.
A little bit.
Does that give me disadvantage? Or just lower D?
It'll help on a thing later on in this moment, but just roll me the athletics check generally.
I think that okay. That was a 16.
Arquen?
Rolled a 16 on the die.
16 on that. Arquen,
with the advantage.
Arquen, you are able to catch Lesley in this moment because Lesley is taking an erratic path and seemingly taking turns where there aren't turns, rushing into walls, tripping over things that they don't seem to see. What do you do to catch him, and what do you do in that moment?
Blood Bolt. Titan Ball. I'll try and remember everything he's taught me about Titan Ball, with like the ducking and weaving and the like stopping on a dime. Like, God, he said I'd be really good at this.
What do you do to catch him?
I think I'll go for a like as we're getting to a corner, I'll try and like basically grab my arm around his front and like stop him from. I just like he turned the corner, going.
Perfect. In that moment, Lesley, bang! Suddenly, you run into Arquen, the voice of the child still out in the darkness that you're desperate to get into. But your friend is now here, and they can help you. What do you do?
Arquen's holding Lesley.
Yes.
Leslie's getting out of that hold. Leslie's got places to be, voices to find.
Lesley begins to just like wrestle out of your hold. Do you explain anything to him, or just sprint off?
Sprint off.
Sprint off. Aderyn, what do you say in Leslie's head in this moment?
Oh, sorry. Lesley is also shouting, son, like, not explaining, shouting.
Okay. Aderyn's gonna shout in Leslie's head. Lesley, stop! He's here. Your family is here.
I would like Lesley to make a wisdom save at advantage with +4.
Hello. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Going well.
Yeah, it was.
I'm realizing very quickly that wisdom saves appear to be a weakness of this party.
I think that
Speak for yourself.
a modifier of like 0. Sorry,
Influence.
That's a 21.
A 21. In that moment, Aderyn's voice cuts through the noise, and suddenly your son's voice disappears into the darkness, and you realize you were never hearing it at all. As you find yourself standing, still crushed in the very large armored arms of Arquen, somewhat standing in a corridor.
And Leslie's like all the energy's sort of gonna leave Leslie's limbs when he realizes that, and he's just gonna sort of deflate into Arquen. Sorry, bud. And like try and sort of like hide the fact that he's like had, you know, like quite intense tears running down the face, and he's looking a bit blotchy. Clearly very, very shaken.
I'll put my arm around him. Let's go. You too, eh?
Balrick, a sewer
Please, no,
pipe is descending upon you right now. What do you do?
Draw sword and attempt to block it.
Draw sword and attempt to block it.
Cool. Make me
In a panic.
make me a wisdom saving throw in this moment as you try to take control.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that nat one. One of my inspirations.
Jeez.
Everybody getting through their Christmas inspiration and birthday inspiration.
I don't think that's working. You know what? I've saved up these inspirations for a while, and I need to use them. So I'm going to use another one, because I got an 8 that time. I need to break out. That's better. 17.
17. Oof. Against all odds, this blade that you've carried with you for decades at this point.
My son. No, not that long. It's like a decade.
A decade. Impossibly clang breaks and holds this sewer pipe crashing down upon you by this giant. It suddenly looks upon you with a confused face, like it was not expecting something of your size to be able to stop it. What do you do in that moment?
I scream an orcish war cry learnt from my wife and try to push forward.
You push forward. Tell me how you defeat this giant in this moment.
I think I just scream at it and keep pushing, like find some inner strength and just push it backwards back to its seat.
Push it back. The giant taking backward steps, stumbling over, and then it crashes and cascades. The seat that it had assembled goes barreling out all of places, and you see behind, you suddenly see the large looming shape of Ximori, static in monstrous form, looming over a bunch of other figures, and Tauri behind them. Tauri and Ximori, what's going on?
I think still just desperately trying to just inching closer and closer as much as I can.
In this moment, as they seem to see you, like inching closer and closer, like a claw is sending out. You see Norak just extend out a hand and just begin to like almost caress your face and study like the bony protrusions and the fangs and claws, kind of safe in the knowledge that you would never be capable of hurting him, and just like almost inspecting you individually.
I think as my hand slowly reaches them and almost against my will comes to the side of their face and softens almost as I sort of cup Norak's cheek.
Tauri, you see this happening. What do you do?
I just say, remember Togrim.
Okay, make me a persuasion check. Ximori, make me a wisdom saving throw at advantage due to the counter jam.
Persuasion, yeah?
Yes, please.
29.
29.
I'll use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
That's better. 18.
In that moment, Ximori, you shatter the bonds on your mind. What do you do?
Ximori is not proud of this. Ximori is not happy with what happens next, but with my hand on this cheek and hearing "Remember Togrim," it's not Ximori that moves, but that part of Bast that grasps Snorak's face and drives it into the wall.
You remember the scene at that moment of Togrim in a flash, and suddenly the pressure unleashes. Balrick, you see from behind the head of this dream shatter, and then everything else in a wave of violence and mist just dissipates, and you are suddenly all standing in a darkened corridor once again. The washing of water going away. Every moment and scene in front of you faded. The three of you together, the other three of you together. And you just staring at each other in that moment, wondering what the hell just happened. I would like any one of you who feel capable in this moment to make a perception check.
Oh, yes.
Balrick is on edge. I will absolutely make a perception check.
24.
20.
22.
22. Arquen, you hear the noise of stone cracking and breaking coming from a corridor further along. The other two of you kind of hear the sound of footsteps shuffling through water in another corridor. And like you come to the conclusion that you're on sets like parallel tracks and are able to like come around and meet up, and you all see each other in that moment, staring at each other, and you just see for the faintest moment, all of you, a shape of black mist, shadow, and just red eyes glinting out, a gaping maw of red that just kind of sees you all come around the corner. And you have no idea. This creature, this entity is there for a flash before it disappears and floats up through seamless cracks and the space between this world and the next and disappears. And you are once again all left in the oppressive darkness and flowing waters of the sewers beneath this city. Who rolled a 29? No, it wasn't 29. Who rolled a high perception on that?
24 on perception.
24. Arquen, in that moment, you see a kind of a small box, black box that you saw Tauri having picked up previously, floating down the river that you assume got lost somewhere in whatever just happened to Tauri. And you just kind of pick that up in that moment.
Everyone all right? Physically?
I think that's going to be debatable for some of them.
I'm covered in crystal shards.
Ulrich is panting with his sword out, like as if he's just done, like just lifted boulders and stuff. What happened?
Can I do a divine sense and try and detect fiendish or undead or fey presence? Or
Can indeed. Woof.
Ximori's arm is almost like wrist deep in the wall, and he's just breathing.
You get an immediate ping from Ximori in that moment.
But
you kind of feel out, and you feel like the stain, the spore of a demon of some kind that was here momentarily. Roll me. No, I'll just give it to you. You got. These like it was somewhat. There was an entity here that has now fled in this moment.
Mm.
And that's kind of what you get. That was of fiendish origin.
Yeah. Demons.
With, I'd say at this point, Balrick and Tauri, it dawns on both of you. You have no idea where you are now. All of you have ended up running in chaotic directions and happen to have stumbled back together, and you've got no idea where you are underneath the city of Andemon. And there is a good point for us to take a break, and we'll pick up back in these sewers in a little bit. And welcome back. We'll pick back up with you all now standing in knee-deep waters. Aderyn probably standing on a crate or a small rocky outcropping to be standing out of it. Once again, only illuminated by the magical ever-bright lantern attached to Balrick's hip. Standing there in the darkness, completely unaware how you got to this point in the sewers or which way you would do to get back out. What do you want to do? How do you want to deal with the visions and interactions with your darkest fears?
I think Arquen is somehow quite actually well adjusted for this, given that it's the only thing he's really experienced since coming back. So that a bit of it is what it is. So I'm just going to go around and just give everyone a little drink and make sure they're all healthy.
Did we all see something?
I would suspect it would be very odd if we all didn't.
Why? Why did we see those things?
Yeah, Tauri, why?
Why are you looking at me? I have no control over the mind.
You seem to know so much about it all.
There was a demonic presence, or fiendish. Given that we know that they were in the using techniques that were capable of summoning demons, I think that's probably what's going on here. Why you saw what you saw, now that I'm afraid is something that only you can answer.
Suppose it means we're on the right track.
What was that? Sorry, Aderyn?
I suppose it means we're on the right track.
Or at least we were until we ended up here. Is there any, are there any markings on the wall, Geth? Or,
Make me an investigation check.
God, please, somebody else make it.
I'll give you the help action.
Hey, it's just nice to see someone else taking on the role of Chris, of asking you to do the thing their character's not designed for.
It's more designed for investigation than perception, I guess. With the help. Haha! It's an 11.
An 11. You take a look around, there are loose bricks, chipped elements, pipes in there, but nothing that speaks to anything obvious to guide your way in any way in particular.
Well, okay, so deductive reasoning also. Is there any, evidence of where we came from? Lesley was scrambling around like a madman. Were there, weird, splashes or dinks in the wall, like dust patches in the wall that he's like bashed into on his way, like.
Lesley silhouettes where he's splattered into walls.
I would say there's definitely markings to that effect. Based on how Arquen you saw Lesley running around, you know it's going to be quite difficult to discern the exact trace back. Not impossible, but would be tricky because Lesley was a rabbit in headlights.
Can I look at the water? I'm looking for, like, see if I can catch a glimpse of that same, like, very subtle darkness.
Sure, make me a perception check.
And I can now say that I was able to catch and tackle a professional Titan ball player.
I think Aderyn, you're still very shaken with everything that just happened.
Yeah.
Are we on a crossroads or like a corridor?
What you're on is like you're on a dead straight piece, and you each kind of came up on a tunnel here and a tunnel here, and then there's just a straight tunnel along at the minute.
I think I just want to sword still up, just walk up the edge of. Oh, what about deck?
What about deck?
What about deck?
What's Deck afraid of? Let's roll back to Deck's own nightmare.
Well, it's clearly going to be about his mother, isn't it?
Deck has been really chill and just been walking around the entire time. Like, oh.
I think Deck at this point kind of turns up, kind of crocodile-like swimming down the corridor, having seemingly been separated from you, and he just at that point literally just jumps out of the water and crash tackles you, Balrick, and just like.
Deck, you're covered in poo.
Alright, wait, it's alright, wait, let go. Alright. It's been a weird time. Alright, I'll look down this way, and I'll go just one of the main tunnels. I'll just start walking down lantern ahead.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of
like I'm just looking for signs, markings, scratchings, anything that stands out to me.
Cool.
I'd like to have a look for something in particular, which is basically looking for ways in which the water seems to be sort of the current is stronger, as if like it's flowing from somewhere or something. You know, sort of like from a central cistern or anything like that.
Sure. Okay.
It's like water pours in and then goes out.
Both of you make me investigation checks.
Oh, can't it be perception?
I'm happy with investigation. I'm very happy with investigation.
It's a 12.
21.
21. Arquen, you go looking through. I think you can figure out that the long tunnel that you actually all kind of met up on is the strongest flowing one, and the ones that you kind of walked up were quote unquote tributaries. So if the flow is coming from anywhere, it's up the direction of the big one you're on. But whether that's leading to what you're looking for, you're not 100%. Balrick, do you walk? Are you walking up one of the tributaries that you all came down, or the main pipeline?
Main pipeline.
Down or up? My dice just went away. Down or upstream? Upstream. Yeah.
Upstream.
Cool. You start heading upstream, kind of looking around. Eventually, a short way up, you do see it seemingly come to a point where a bunch more pipes kind of join in from multiple angles, not just kind of on the same plane, which makes you think that you're probably further down than you were previously. You've walked further underground, essentially. That you can see does have like a brass plaque, heavily like patinaed at this point from all of the moisture, that does appear to have like industry markings on it that denote like a particular reference point that people would be able to recognize and spot. But it's not information that you necessarily know or come across reference to your mind.
Okay. I'm not getting anywhere here. There's not much up this way. What won't it? So it won't. There isn't, is there? You're saying.
So what you think? What you found is like
upstream.
It's like a nexus point that people who are cleaning the sewers would use to navigate. Like it would be a point that they can navigate to and like can get to places. But I suppose it's not necessarily what you're looking for. I suppose you're looking for something more esoteric, and there possibly is not just going to be something you spot idly.
All right, up here there's it's like I think like a ground teared up for us, but I'm not seeing much. Let's get ourselves up.
Come on, everyone. Get over your traumas.
Arquen, I'll remind you, you picked up that black box that you had seen Tauri carrying.
Yeah, I'll have a quick little peek in.
Peek in?
Don't know if I've seen it.
You've seen the box because you're receptive enough to have seen Tauri like pick it up. And like Tauri
probably just picks it up and opens it automatically. Like, ooh.
It looks inside, and essentially it's a compass. It's a dial spinning around on a point, kind of an 8-pointed compass thing, kind of an iron 8-pointed cross, and then the spinning thing, and underneath with some small like etched runecraft, kind of cuneiform that you would recognise from previous instances, kind of etched around the side and into the iron itself.
There was a whole letter about a compass, wasn't there? They're called the Knight's Compass. Arquen's brain is firing on all 2 cylinders.
3 cylinders.
All cylinder.
2 cylinders are crashing into each other.
Half cylinder is firing.
Installed.
Does it seem to be oriented towards the north?
Do you know where north is?
Well.
Anyone got the keen mind, Pete?
Oh.
Yes, weirdly. No.
I guess make me a survival check. Right, see whether you can figure out where north is. 60 feet underground. 19.
Being spun around.
There must be tunnels.
19. This is funny. Sorry, what was your rat called again?
Oh, Carl.
Carl, yeah, just check my notes. You notice that Carl, like many creatures, orient themselves to the magnetic poles. He's like
whiskers, they're electro.
Yeah, the whiskers are electrosensitive, but he's currently passed out from eating the mouldy bread. You do check, like, did he eat too much mold? He's like, no, he is breathing. He's just in a food coma.
What happens when you put him floating on the water? Does he act like a magnetic?
I'm going to make it canon. Yes. The crucial
magnetic.
The crucial piece of information is it doesn't line up with the compass.
Interesting. So the compass does not, I'll say this to people, this compass doesn't seem to orient north. Perhaps we should have been following this from the fucking start. I'll hand it off to someone smarter.
Who's someone smarter?
That way. I don't know. Whichever brainiac is in my field of vision at the time that I throw it at them.
Balrick,
I'm not grabbing it because... No, actually, I realised because I've got a lantern and a sword out. So I'm handful.
Spoosh! It lands in the river and starts floating downstream.
I throw it back at Tauri.
Grab it.
I will attempt to catch it.
Okay, make me a dex check.
We immediately smash the valuable compass.
17 plus 1.
17. You do manage to catch it in midair. There's a momentary juggle. It's not a clean catch, but it's the second attempt. But you get it.
While Tauri's panicking, can I try and get a look at their neck?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
That is a 15.
15. She's got a pretty high collar on. You don't spot anything.
Suspicious. I think Ximori is just going to take a moment just to sort of extract themselves from the wall and try to calm down enough to shrink back to elf form. So, what are we doing? What's the plan?
Actually, following the compass.
Does it point cleanly down one of the offshoots of this nexus?
Not 100% cleanly, but you can head in a direction that is more aligned to the compass. Yes. Your immediate assessment, whoever is holding the compass, is that it is pointing to a point. It's not a GPS per se.
So, just to be clear, we had this from the moment we came down here, and no one looked inside it.
Where did we get this box?
Where did you get this, Tauri?
Yeah, Tauri, where'd you get the box?
Didn't you give it to me?
Nope. You found it in the rubble of the carriage just before you all jumped into the sewer.
Oh, I didn't realise I never actually looked.
Nope.
Octagonal box with divination glyph work engraved on the outside and a latch. Keep it shut. She pockets it.
I
Well,
didn't
thank
look
God you dropped it.
because
in
we
the,
were starting to go down into the sewers, so we were rushing, and I didn't have a chance to look over it. I found it in the rubble of the cart, but we rushed down here before I could have a look and try and see if there was anything inside or check the notes that I was given that might link with it.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
As we're walking, can I sort of sidle up to Ximori, you're right, bud? What seems to be the issue? I know Tauri is Tauri, but seems to be something more going on.
I saw some things when all that was going on, and I don't know I'm not sure what real is and what memory is and what fake is, but doesn't it seem weird to you that Tauri still hangs around with us?
Yes.
And
following our conversation at Rune's place.
And is always trying to move us away from stuff. I know it's because, safety, and that's why I do it a lot as well, but Tauri really pushes for it. And I don't know, I don't know, maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I mean, who the fuck even is she?
I mean, she is the only one of us that we could actually look up, probably, because her family's famous or something, isn't it? Whether she is who she says she is, that's another matter. But let us assume that she is. I'm also going to just make sure that we're not having this discussion in earshot. I would say that she's certainly done enough, given what we've gone through, certainly what you lot have gone through, that...
So did he.
I'm assuming you're talking about Norak.
Yeah.
When you say things like, so did he, and I don't know what's real anymore, can you be a little bit more specific? We tend to sort of talk in very esoteric terms in this group, and it is mightily frustrating.
Right. Yeah, I'll try and be more direct. I guess that's my problem, is I'm not direct enough. I'll walk up to Tauri and just hand on your shoulder. Are you working for the chain? or affiliated with the chain, or in any way connected to the chain?
No.
Insight.
Can I? Yeah, insight roll.
Make an insight check. Tauri, make a persuasion or deception check. Don't have to say which.
That is a 13.
That is a dirty 20.
I got a natural 20.
For a total of?
22.
22. Ximori, she is a well-trained businesswoman and doesn't give much away. Arquen, the pointedness she says that on, and the confidence behind it would be quite hard to fake if she was.
There was no hint of what? No.
Exactly.
It's like,
it was a gut response. What are you talking about?
It's like, what the fuck are you on about?
I think almost unconsciously, Ximori's hand just sort of moves, the thumb just comes around the front of Tauri's neck.
I would strongly suggest you remove your hand.
I need you. Promise me you are not fucking with me.
Have I given
You're not
you any
playing my
reason?
games with me.
As I said earlier, I don't do the mind games. Tell me at any point where I haven't been a fucking blunt as a hammer to everyone here.
You never tell us what you're after. You never tell us what you're looking for. What? I'm still trying to figure out why you're doing all this when you keep talking about your businesses and setting all that up, but we're down in a hole in the ground.
Have you considered that people change? People realise the futility of what they were trying to do and go with the flow?
Do I look like someone who knows what futility means?
Do you understand how people can change, though? And I suggest you remove your hand.
My hand on Ximori shot. Don't worry. It's okay. And Lesley puts her hand on my shot.
I think Ximori just sort of looks and just sees what their hand is doing, almost instinctively just flinches it away. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. I hate the dark. I hate these tunnels. I hate this. I'm not myself.
Perhaps, but you are better than this. You have dealt with worse. Whatever you are feeling now, you can get past. You are better than it. And I'll give you inspiration.
I don't think you can if you don't swear, actually.
Fucking inspiration.
It does sound like canon for Tauri.
Okay, I'll add at the end. Get your head out of your fucking arse. We will need you down here.
It's just... Look. I'm going to go to the back, because I need some time to think, and I'm constantly having to think about looking like this, and it's really fucking tiring, and I have to do it everywhere now, and it's fucking exhausting, so I'm going to go do that. When there's something to hit, let me know. And I'll sort of slink off to the back of the group.
I'd like to let everyone know I'm also not affiliated with or working for the chain in any way.
How would you know if you don't remember your past life?
Shit.
I'm joking. I trust you, Arquen. I trust all of you.
Well, since my little vision, I'm a little bit more on board with the doll theory that I've heard bandied around in certain circles that involve Aderyn. Maybe I am a doll.
Damn it.
Does it count as being a doll if you're made of flesh?
Flesh golems exist.
What do you think Tabitha was?
Kevin, I hate to tell you, but those dolls
just checking they're not moving.
Sarah never told you she filled them with mints.
I desperately need.
It's actually rat bones.
A little like radio controlled motor in one of them, so that it can and knock itself off the shelf.
What I'm going to do is no. You want to know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to ask Tauri to do it because Tauri would love the idea of making Gethin into a horror movie.
She would destroy me.
And you can get your own Tabitha doll now at the Welsh DM.
It's when Tauri times it with
real ghost.
It's when Tauri times it with turning the fuse off.
Anyway, if anybody's got any other fantastic confrontations to have about each other's true desires and loyalties, then shall we keep going? Arquen hasn't slept in 36 hours at this point.
Are you carrying a point of exhaustion?
I think I should be, actually. I've got no spell slots left.
3 of you are.
I think you...
3 of you are.
Chris is solid?
I can vote Chris.
That is a good point. Yes.
We only remember after we've done all the rolls. It doesn't
I was
matter.
like, wait a second. I've got no... I haven't cast any spells.
Right, you're all back in your nightmares. Here we go.
Sorry, that was all spells. That was all saves, which doesn't affect.
Yeah, but all the investigations and perception.
Yeah.
We're even more lost.
Yes.
Well, Leslie's not exhausted.
Well, Tauri.
Thank God we have
Is
this
it-
box.
Is it disadvantage or is it the negative rule?
I prefer the negative, but if you prefer the disadvantage, we can go with the disadvantage.
No.
I'm happy for table.
Negative.
The negatives.
Negative rule makes it easier to retcon it because actually lots of us didn't roll borderline. We rolled quite well.
Yeah, it was either quite low or quite high. So
A lot of 20s
yeah.
Yeah.
and above.
Anyway, Tauri, you're not exhausted because you've got a nice 8 hours and you've got the thing. Why don't you...
Yeah.
I'll hold the lantern.
Presumably it's walking around going
Okay. I need, at this point, it is a group skill challenge to navigate through the sewers, following the compass and taking the turns, because as I say, it is pointing towards something and you've got to navigate through from there. So all I need is 3 successes before 2 failures. So we will start with all things with... well, no, that might be best saved for a kind of tiebreaker. So what are people doing to help you move through the tunnels? Obviously, we'll get to a Tauri survival check to follow the compass, but what else are other people doing?
I'll keep an eye. I'll try and use my keen senses to both perceive, any potential dangers, but also sort of trying to tell which way the air is more fetid, or whether it's going up or down, or deeper underground, or basically I'm trying to use my perception skills to
I would like to roll a perception check to see where we're going.
I'm just curious.
If it has to be survival,
perceptions.
No, survival is just for Tauri. She is the one essentially trying to navigate you. It's what you're doing around that. Yeah. We can grasp the first kind of thing you said there before, trying to argue it further for some reason, of just keeping an eye out for dangers. You are aware now that there are entities crawling around these spaces. You are the watchman of the group. So make me a perception check.
That is a 23 with the -1.
23. You are keeping a vigilant lookout. Let's say a passive divine sense is just keeping a radiant thing, and every so often you kind of like hold the group up as you're navigating through. As like Tauri proposes turning here, and you're like, actually, let's continue going on. There's a presence down there that I can feel. And occasionally, like a weird spectral entity comes at you, and you just are ready for it and slice it away before it can affect the party as you progress forward. What is there anyone else wanting to do?
On that vein, I think Ximori at the back walking like freely is just sort of giving off an aura of like frustration, like suspicion, trapped animal.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of slight frenzied edge to the air. Basically, what I'd like to try and do is basically make an intimidation check for anything lower grade to not fuck with us.
Okay, kind of like the shark moving through the water that smaller predators take care of. Okay, yeah, I like that. Roll me an intimidation
It's like, right,
check.
you tiny fish, fuck off.
Make me an intimidation check.
That is a 26.
26. Yes, there's a particular point where, as much as Arquen tries to suggest that you take a different route, Tauri is pretty insistent, like, we're taking this tunnel, which does have, like, Aderyn especially, you can see it, like, just a palpable thickness to the darkness and shadow, like you see the lantern diminish in it, and it is like a shark going through a shoal of fish, as like this darkness just seems to like move around the group as like this Ximori presence just ambles through, and you can hear like motions and like fragments of the nightmares that you walked out with just echoing from elsewhere in other corridors. Tauri, because that's 2 successes, can you make me a survival check, please, to see whether you can succeed on the third one?
Survival 18.
That one.
Sorry, 16 on the die, plus 2 for mine, plus anything else.
18. So yes, what does it look like as Tauri leads the group through these tunnels with the compass in hand and the various other things going on behind you? The shadows, the creeping sense of dread behind you, and the demon that's walking with you.
I'm kind of a bit too focused on dealing with the compass and trying to make sure that it doesn't take us down a weird route. So I've kind of got into a hyper-focused of ignoring most things. So there is the occasional thing where somebody has to stop me from stepping into the lake.
Who is directly behind Aderyn? Is it... behind Tauri. Is it Aderyn, Lesley, or Balrick? Balrick, every so often...
Balrick has the light, so Balrick's right at the front.
Every so often, you've just got to like put your hand on Tauri and just like navigate her around a thing before she goes off. There's a moment or two where, as I say, these sewers, especially this far down, are really poorly maintained, and there are cracks in the pipes and everything that just lead down somewhere beneath the earth, and there's various points where you've just got to like stop Tauri from just putting her foot in a crevice and descending down into oblivion, essentially, as you begin walking through. Eventually, you're walking through for a while. It's kind of hard to keep track of time down here. You're not entirely sure how long you've been going. But you come to a dark, dead end of a tunnel. The compass pointing straight ahead. Like a railway tunnel that just ends at a point.
Well, one would suspect that either the compass has suddenly developed a fault, somebody built this tunnel the end of this tunnel extremely quickly, or there's something weird going on.
I would like Aderyn and Lesley and Balrick as the three of you who have not involved in the skill check. Make a perception check, please. As Tauri turns around to address the rest of the party.
15.
25.
Right.
Sorry.
Lesley? Lesley's just chilling.
Leslie's special interest, his dad's special interest on top of Titan Wall is also sewers. So he's just really kind of he hates being here. It smells so bad, but he's kind of happy to see how it was built and science stuff like that. Saw me past earlier. He's like, oh my god, an original brass. I thought I'd never see one.
Leslie's big into architecture.
Leslie did a civil engineering degree. Or mine did.
Did a course at the all-night college.
Balrick, you see as Tauri turns around and addresses the party to that effect. Your eyes just take in the dead end and the fact that your lantern light is just shining onto this and being deadened by the shadows and darkness here. There is something odd and afoot. In that moment, as you go to just take a closer look at how the light is going up against the end of this blackened wall at the end of this tunnel. Something shifts and ripples and floats out of the space and extends a blackened, withered hand towards the back of Tauri as a figure in rippling shadow-like cloth and a vague, haunted, vacant expression just flows out and just begins babbling in a language that none of you understand. None of you speak Abyssal, correct?
I do.
Ximori, that you understand.
Ximori doesn't. Bass doesn't it?
But even within that, it is incoherent chaos and insanity just echoing out, billowing forth from its mouth, and then a second one of these creatures begins to descend out of the wall and reach towards Balrick, and they need you all to roll initiative. Balrick successfully avoiding you being surprised in this moment.
It's a combat with Lesley!
Yes, and that we're rolling initiative, which means I have to do a thing.
Oh, she's remembered!
She remembered!
We got there, everyone!
Yeah, it'll happen once every 10 combats.
Well, that's when you're here. I am just going to roll for the creatures.
I think Leslie's going to redeploy Tauri.
Tauri is right at the front, yeah.
Can I get 25 to 20?
20.
Well done.
I know.
20 to 15.
Aderyn never gone first before.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
15.
Hold on. 15 from Balrick. Anyone else?
Yeah.
17.
Oh, sorry, I rolled a 22.
Oh.
Well, you're now
everything.
going after the thing because you were too late.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was saying that Aderyn had never gone first before.
Leslie.
No.
Still not.
It's too much pressure. I don't know how to negotiate
15
this.
to 10.
14.
Arquen.
Muted.
That's why 15.
15. So just before Ximori.
Said 5 times.
Cool. Aderyn, you're up first. Actually, Balrick, what do you shout in this moment as you see this thing descending a hand towards Tauri that alerts everyone?
Balrick has been very tense the entire thing. I think it's just a get back. I think more alerting Lesley than Tauri, as I'm reaching for Tauri because Leslie's got the redeploy thing. I imagine Lesley also then grabs onto.
I think thematically it will be a
joint.
I think it makes sense that Balrick is doing.
Both of us together would just chuck Tauri back.
Oh.
Synchronized.
Is that what you do as your initiative thing, Lesley?
Yeah, I'm redeploying Tauri.
Cool. Tauri, you immediately get thrown to the back of the tunnel before this thing can reach towards you. Aderyn, what do you do?
I would like to instinctively Sorcerer's Burst this creepy thing that was going for Tauri.
Go for it.
And let's see. That is 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. D8. It's the wrong one. Haha. 8. So I roll extra one. 8 plus 4 plus 5.
17.
Teen.
And I'm gonna do acid. Because she's got sewer on the mind.
It was 17, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This burst of sorcerer's energy shoots over, like, exchanging places with Tauri in that moment. A faint kind of sickly green light kind of tries to take place in the space, and you see it whoosh, splash up on this creature. It begins to slightly eat away at the bindings and wrappings on its form, but you see also like the acid, some of it just splashes through and ends up on the surface beneath, as its slightly incorporeal form means not all of it eats into its flesh. Anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna move away.
You step but further up the tunnel. At this point, that one begins to just babble out, and this insanity getting louder and louder begins to echo around. The abyssal words begin to pour into your ears. I need all of you except Aderyn, who was just backed up, to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Who's within 10 feet of me?
Arquen is towards the back if the three of you were at the front.
Yeah, so probably just Ximori at this point.
And Tauri was just thrown backwards. So
and
Tauri as
yes,
well.
And Tauri.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Exhaustion's a -1 on all rolls, isn't it?
-2.
-2 per level. Fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Going around. Arquen.
25.
25.
No, 24.
24. That's
So
fine.
+4 from you, Arquen.
Yeah.
You take 7 points of psychic damage and suffer no other effects. Balrick.
I take 3, in fact.
Nat 20 for 25 with Arquen's thing.
7 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Lesley.
Yeah. Everyone within 10 feet of me is resistant to psychic damage.
Huh.
So 3 or 4?
So 3. Lesley.
14. Am I within Arquen's?
You are not within Arquen's bubble, but that is still just a success. So you only take 7 points of psychic damage and are not.
If Leslie's not within, I'm not within.
Still success.
I still got that.
Tauri was not moved far enough, or she was moved away out of melee range. So Tauri, what was your wisdom save?
No, she could move. 1 second. Sorry. She can move half a movement distance,
which would still be within 30 feet of the creature. So.
Oh, it's melee range.
She was
within
in
10
melee
feet
range
of Arquen.
So I rolled a 15 +2 for 17 plus whatever I get if I'm close enough to Arquen.
7 points of psychic damage and
3.
Yeah. And Ximori?
14.
14. Now you will make your wisdom save. 7 points of psychic damage.
After 3, so
with
next
us
to
now.
Arquen.
It does all of that. Tauri, your turn.
How many are 3? I'm going to cast Bless at 2nd level, hitting the 4 melee fighters.
That. All the marshals are blessed.
And that is it.
Does Deck also take the psychic damage?
Yes, I do need a wisdom save from Deck.
Yeah, he got 17.
17. Same again.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he saved. So
I don't bless deck because I don't want to use a 3rd level right now.
Sorry, who did you bless?
Well, I must say Deck was further back, so he was near.
Balrick, Arquen, yourself,
Balrick,
and
Arquen.
Ximori. Who I've just noticed has fancy font.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
In that moment, a palpable sense of that fear and dread that has been throughout this entire space and settled in on all of you momentarily begins to just push down onto the space. And I need you all to make another round of wisdom saving throws.
Feels like it's going to be a wisdom heavy session, Gaff.
No, I'm going to do something else because we've just done wisdom saves. Ignore that.
Oh, no.
Instead, no, because you're alright. Instead, in that moment, like as everything swirls and comes around, this the light on Balrick's lantern, the one thing giving you a light, just begins to slowly fade and diminish, crushed by the shadows of as a darkness spell settles in upon the entire corridor, and none of you can see. Lesley, it's your turn.
Well, I can't fucking see. Call me Flaylin Lesley. But usually only when...
That's your old Titan Ball name.
Yeah.
It's Flavin Lesley.
Leslie's just gonna blindly swing. I don't think I can.
You rush towards where you remember this entity standing, where you pulled Tauri out of. Make me attack rolls at disadvantage.
Damn. Yeah, it's really not much. Yep, okay, sorry. Attack rolls. So, for these... An 18.
An 18 does hit.
And that's a 12.
A 12 misses, I'm afraid.
Okay. And I will roll... it's not with my modifier. My offhand...
It's a standard attack roll with the offhand. It's just the damage is... No, you have the damage with your modifier because you're fighting style, so it's fine. Yeah.
You're blessed as well, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm blessed. Oh,
with that blessed, the second attack will hit regardless of what you roll. So.
Yes. Okay, cool. And and that was a 14 plus
hits.
A lot. So. Oh hell yeah! 3 attacks. None with my dagger, motherfucker. D6.
Balrick, you're on deck.
Okay.
6 and it's almost the lowest damage I could do. 7, 6, and 8.
So three
Maths.
3 sevens, so 21. Is your offhand a magical weapon or not?
Oh, no, I start... No. Scimitar.
Okay. So 14 and then 3, so 17. As you think you feel it connecting, but this entity is made of incorporeal, and like the all you really get is like every so often you feel like a strand of like tattered, decayed fabric like swash across your face as you cut it free, as the thing screams out in this abyssal language that seems to permeate into your ears. Balrick, your turn.
Cool. Do I notice that the sword is less effective?
No, because you can't see. You're in magical darkness.
Oh god.
Oh,
then yes, I am. So getting a bow and arrow out is not useful. Oh no. Oh no.
You just hear right now the babbling of incessant, impossible language trying to bore into your brain and send you mad.
Hunter's Quarry is not going to work then either then. Ugh. Do I get the feeling that the creature itself is able to see through the darkness?
You don't know. It hasn't acted since.
You can't see it.
It is up to you based on your fighters, on your monster hunters initiative as to whether it being of this space or not. I will say, just to be clear, if my description wasn't clear enough, a second one of these creatures did also come out of the water. There is 2 of them in this darkness.
Right.
We know there's 2 of them, at least.
Sorry.
And then it all went dark.
Seems like a bit much, doesn't it, Gethin?
Yeah, Gethin. Why you got so
God, Gethin.
Like, come on. 2?
I'm going to shout for Deck to stay close to people he's around.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bonus action. That's just him going to take the dodge action and like hackles raised, be around the spellcasters to sort of put himself in the way. I think, you know what? I've got my sword out, and I'm worried I don't know what's happening. So, is that a bonus action or an action?
Arquen, you're on deck.
Bonus action. Anticipating that these creatures are, somewhat. Describe the creatures again for me. They're sort of just dark and
they look. There is like a vague humanoid like form within it that maybe coalesces enough into like a torso and a head that is just wrapped in blackened and aged, almost like bandages that like wisp off into smoke and shadow around them.
Right. Yeah, I don't like them. I've got my sword. I'm gonna hook my lantern on my belt, touch my sword, and cast a small quiet spell down the blade of it, and do magic weapon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, So, I'm gonna thrust forward at where I last saw the creature.
Make me an attack at disadvantage. -2.
Nice. Rolled a 17 and a 16 on the die.
Nice, that'll hit.
So -1 because magic weapon. That is not great though, is it? D6 plus 5. 6, so 10.
10 points of
attack.
Magical damage. I'm going to roll randomly to see which one you hit. You hit a thing and you hear a momentary like clang, as in that moment you scrape and like accidentally end up dueling slightly with Lesley as you strike the same one that Lesley was striking that had tried to attack Tauri. There's a momentary burst of magical sparks that like pierces through the magical darkness that just like silhouettes the 2 of you and then back into darkness. Arquen.
That was only 1 attack.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to use that attack to sort of try and triangulate it. Or a 4. 4 on the dice is not going to hit, is it?
Which comes down to a 2 plus. You've got blessed.
Plus 9. Oh, I've got blessed. Plus 9 is 11. Plus 1 is 12.
That does not hit, I'm afraid. As you go to swipe again, and whatever the entity has moved away from that point in that moment, and your blade just slashes against the swampy water underneath you. Okay.
There is literally only one thing I can do, which is run up to it and hit it twice.
Make
with
me
disadvantage.
an acrobatics check, because you weren't within close range of it. It's how well you can navigate where you can't see rushing it. And it is at disadvantage because you can't see. You don't know where you're running.
So do I know where the other one was coming in?
You know roughly the direction, but again, you would have to move to get there.
Well, it's do nothing or do this. So, but that is oh fuck.
I don't know. There are other things. There's dodge actions and stuff you could take.
You could protect the spell.
That is an unnatural one. Let me see if I get a natural. No. Oh, that is a 0.
As you go sprinting, your foot catches on like an outcrop of broken rock, and you end up splashed prone. The water like swads across you. In your in heavy armor, you are face down in the water, and like there's a momentary like it's gonna enter your lungs. It's not deep enough to drown you, but you're like one moment. If you want, you can stand back up for the rest of your turn.
Yeah, I'll stand up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ending Arquen's turn.
Is there any way I can move into range to be within 5 feet of one of my companions?
Yes, I'll say you can move up behind Lesley, because Lesley's ass just has a gravitational pull the entire time, so you just get in there. Ximori, it's your turn.
I reach up in the darkness. Oh, I know that ass.
Lesley, you feel something reaching for you in the darkness.
Buy me a drink first.
Right, everything's gone dark. With telepathy, when I talk to somebody, do I have to sort of have an idea of where they are?
Yes, you kind of need to be able to think about who or where they are, but it depends what you're trying to use it for.
What I'd basically like to shout in my head, just forwards, is the Kaldruin equivalent of Marco Polo. Shout
okay,
Macron, Paul,
Paco Molo.
Polo. But again, to who for what purpose? I'm going
what
with
I'd
you.
like to try and do it is I'm listening for a return that isn't a sentient creature. It is a mad, insane abyssal thing that speaks abyssal.
These abyssal things are talking non-stop. This is not a silent fight by any means. It is a babbling barrage of abyssal language just echoing around you, disorienting you and trying to send you mad.
Right. In that case, in abyssal, I bellow, "Shut up!" And I go into a rage. With it being so sort of dark and crowded in here, I'm gonna go not with the claws because I'll take most people's heads off, and I go with the more accurate tail.
Okay.
And I would like to launch my tail in the direction of one that I was near where Tauri was.
Okay, make me an attack roll at disadvantage.
That was a 19 and a 14, which becomes... Oh, and I'm blessed. Bless. 14, 15, 16, 17, plus stuff. 17 plus my modifiers.
Cool. Arquen, what's your armor class?
Oh dear.
19.
I rolled randomly. I'm sorry.
I didn't even go reckless. Well. And it is my first one, so I'll get that as well.
For what it's worth, I gave the monsters a higher chance of being wrong.
That is only 11 points of damage for the tail, or the first one.
I think
so you're now outsourcing your getting higher than my high AC.
Arquen, I assume at that point you shout out as you feel a scorpion tail stab you in the back.
Bitch!
Ah, sorry. I'd like to aim higher and go reckless.
Cool. Make me an attack roll. Make me an attack roll at flat. I will roll randomly again. This time taking out Arquen as an option, as you know not to stab there. Okay.
It's an 26.
That does hit. Roll me damage.
Hit the right person, right?
10.
10. Lesley, you feel a scorpion you feel something very rapidly move in the air behind your head, and it hits something to the left of you that may or may not have been reaching towards you with a claw. You feel
Constitution
something.
save.
You also feel it hit the stone behind Ximori as your tail slashes out. How much damage was it? Sorry, 10.
10.
And is it magical?
It is magical for the purposes of this, yes.
Thank you. Constitution save.
Constitution save.
That is an 11.
Sweet. I am going to say it cannot take reactions.
Cannot take reactions. Okay. Anything else?
As my tail goes through where its head would be, and it takes a moment to regather itself.
Yeah, it has to unbind itself and come back around. Anything else on your turn?
I will sort of wade forward into the space, sort of moving deliberately so that I'm not going to crush anybody or bash them out the way. I'm basically walking forwards until I am not until I'm near where the spellcasting ones are, who are the ones most likely to die from my tail going through their head.
Sure. In that moment,
I'd like to put one hand on Tauri, if I can, and one hand on Aderyn.
I mean, it's darkness. You've got no idea where they are.
I've grabbed two people.
I'd like to quickly point out that I've taken 25 damage in this session, and it's all been from my teammates.
In that moment, the babbling diminishes slightly as it just seems to get muffled by the darkness, and then there is a sudden ear-splitting scream that reaches and rips straight through the hearts of you all. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Lesley and Balrick both get Arquen's aura.
Bless works for saves, doesn't it?
Bless does work for saves. Modifier exhaustion does also affect saves now, though, so it is a -2 from your exhaustion.
Yeah.
Aderyn.
I'm aware.
22.
22. You take 8 points of psychic damage. Arquen.
19.
You take 8 halved to 4. Oh, wait.
Halved and halved.
Wait, sorry. Ignore me entirely. Aderyn, you don't take any. Arquen, you don't take any. You store it entirely. There is no half damage on a save on these. You're okay. Balrick.
I got a 22.
22. This scream echoes through, and you very quickly clamp your hands, holding a sword up in one hand to your ears. Lesley.
It's a 29.
Jeez, Lesley, you're used to a loud elven woman screaming in your ears. You've had it on multiple occasions in the past. This is nothing new.
Get the fucking ball.
Tauri.
23.
23. There are multiple people you've heard in the past with a pitchier scream than this. Your ears are inured to the loudness. Ximori.
26.
26. Don't know why I bothered.
Don't next time.
We're good at con saves. We can do those. Wisdom saves, no. Con saves, yes.
As this banshee scream echoes in and around the tunnel, you all are made of sterner stuff. Your hearts momentarily stop from the scream, but then power through. At which point, the creature that you stabbed with a scorpion tail reaches out a claw, able to see through the darkness towards you, Ximori. It has advantage because you went reckless. That is a natural 19 for 25.
Yeah, that hits me. Although, I do have... No, it's not going to be enough.
18 psychic damage, but you are within 10 feet of Arquen, so that becomes 9 psychic damage.
Thank you, Arquen.
And we go back to the top of initiative. Aderyn, there is
Sorry for the stabbing.
Darkness all around you. What do you want to do?
I was gonna do something else, but I can't see it. So well, Chaos Bolt? Dare I?
Oh no.
Sorry, Ximori.
Oh no.
Have something hit the back of your head again.
Bounce into somebody.
But she's gonna try and aim it to the last place where she saw it.
So metal.
And
there's a
hopes
2 out of 7 chance of it going into an opponent when it bounces.
Ximori's here, so there's at least a 7 out of 300% chance. This is going straight into my brain.
Hopes and prayers?
Oh, it has advantage against me as well because of my reckless attack.
But it's got disadvantage because you're in
Getting
damage.
You're
muted,
muted,
by the
Gethin.
way.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
So you're shooting a dirty 20 blindness into the darkness, correct?
Yeah, but
Chaos
the
Bolt.
vibes.
Yes.
The vibes are towards the
Cool.
thing.
There is
Strong vibe.
4 of your allies in that space and 2 creatures. So a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just before you do this, Gethin. Is one of the people I've grabbed Aderyn?
High or low?
Hi.
No.
Aderyn, what did you roll to hit?
Holding one of the creatures.
20.
20?
20.
Please roll me damage.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Because I do have all of your armor classes written down, so I can tell whether this hits or not.
So that's an 8.
Okay, so it's cascading.
Yep. Yeah, that's an 8.
Which means it jumps.
Gonna cascade 3. It's gonna just keep bouncing between us.
Let's keep the positive energy and the negative vibes.
No, that's
The
only
darkness
if
is
I
gonna clear.
roll.
We're all dead except for Aderyn.
No, it only jumps
That's only
if
if
she rolls
it's
a
2
double.
8s. If it's the same number. So it's an 8 and a 3, so it doesn't.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it.
It's 2d6 and 1d8, isn't it?
Yeah. No, 2d8 and 1d6.
That was it.
It's
And
not
a
the
two.
idea. This
So
just
an 8,
cascades
a
around.
3,
The
and a
darkness
2.
fades, and we're all dead.
So 13.
I'm gonna do it fire, because then it lights things up.
13
Am I
fire
right?
damage.
You're
There is
welcome, guys.
a burst of magical flame that momentarily ignites the darkness. These howling, babbling creatures looming over everyone, and Balrick takes 13 points of fire damage as it just blasts him in the shoulder.
Is it magical darkness?
It is magical
Yes,
darkness.
It's magical
yes.
darkness that you just threw a flame into underground
and
in
you
a
just
sewer.
see-
But now we can see.
Yes, I do need you to make a luck check, please, Aderyn.
How do I make a luck check?
Roll a d20 and tell me what you roll.
Okay.
You want higher than a 5. The methane does not explode.
There is a reason to have a fire lamp.
We've been carrying a torch around.
You've been carrying an ever bright lantern
a magical
around.
lantern around.
Yeah.
Different
Magical
thing.
lantern.
We specifically at the start said we're not bringing fire in.
Aderyn, anything else on your turn? As you see momentarily Balrick get lit up.
I'm gonna do a and just kind of shake myself of okay, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Let's not do that.
At this point, the babbling takes place and leaks in towards your mind. Balrick, Ximori, and Lesley. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws with the +4 from Arquen.
And bless.
And +4 from Bless.
Well, D4. But yeah.
Oh dear.
17.
What's 8? Come on.
10. That was a 2 +3 +4.
10
Like I
from
said,
Ximori.
I can
Lesley?
only do so much.
Wait, 2 +3 +4, 9.
Lesley?
16.
16, that's a success. And Balrick?
17.
17, that's a success. Ximori, you take 12 points of psychic damage, halved to 6. And I need you to make a melee weapon attack against, let's say Lesley. At disadvantage in the darkness.
But I did go Reckless last time. Is that carrying
Reckless
over?
only, no, Reckless does carry until the start of your next turn, I believe.
So that makes it a straight roll,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Straight roll against Lesley, please.
With Bless.
Yep.
20.
First, you're taking my knife. Now you stab me with it.
Now I take her the life. Which is unfortunately 11 points of piercing.
11 points of piercing damage to Lesley. Tauri, your turn.
Right, we can't see jack shit.
Correct.
We can see a lot of shit, but not jack shit.
You can smell a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of jack shit.
It's a very popular name in these parts.
I know this shit anywhere. That's jack shit.
I am just going to attempt to try and cast a Vicious Mockery.
Does Vicious Mockery specify a target you can see?
Need to see.
Yep, I have to be able to see, so I can't do anything. I'm just going to...
Can you dispel magic?
Sure.
If there's one thing you can see, it's the magical darkness.
I thought I took it as a thing. I will put the flute to my lips and blow a really horrible discordant tune, and cast Dispel Magic.
The darkness disappears. Balrick's lantern re-illuminates the space. The still flickering bits of lichen that were on fire from Aderyn's fire just gives the tiniest amount of light, but you can crucially now all see in the otherwise unlit tunnel. Anything else on your turn, Tauri?
Nope, that's it.
Lesley, you can now see. There are two of these creatures looming over you, desperately reaching towards you, their voices babbling out once again.
Who am I grabbing?
You are grabbing Leslie's other arse cheek that Arquen isn't holding, and Arquen, who is holding the other arse cheek.
You're also holding me by my arse cheek.
There's a lot of arse grabbing happening right now.
A cheek in the hand is better than two in the bush, is what I always say. But now I can see these fuckers.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Should have rolled that.
I was going to make a joke about Lesley knowing a lot about having cheeks in the bush or something, but I couldn't come up with it at times.
It's okay, if you come up with it, Gethin will edit it in, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
What a good joke, Arquen.
Swing away, Lesley. One of them, I will say, one of them is looking a lot more tattered and less held together than the other one.
Go for that one. Why not? I'm gonna probably miss. Well, actually, let's see.
Don't forget bless.
It's a 10 plus. Bless is 4,
It's
or
a
I roll
D4.
it. It's a D4. It's an 11.
Total?
That's the total, yeah.
That misses, I'm afraid. Second attack.
Big sad.
It pulls up out of range of the first strike.
1 second. Adjust. Yeah, when I hit a creature. Cool. Okay, this one's gonna hit. It's a 16 plus some.
Roll damage.
Yeah, and I want to make this a blind. Not on this guy. I want to see what it is first. Not for a lot. That's a 8 total.
With your magical weapon.
And that'll be with the magical weapon.
As you...
okay, wait. I need to clarify. Is the dragonfly sword's my plus? The dragonfly
+1
sword. Yeah, exactly. That's magical.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Checking.
You slash through this thing. The last remnants of its tattered robe splash down into the water and just begin floating there. And it's babbling secrets. The voices quiet down in this tunnel now as one voice is lost in the moment.
Cool. And my extra attack does a 12 hit.
12 does not hit, I'm afraid. Did you roll bless?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, 16.
That does hit.
Ah, nice. And I want to blinding strike this guy.
Go for it.
Also, it hits Ximori, so...
It fails its constitution save, I'll tell you that.
Stop stabbing!
Excellent. My martial die at this point is a D8.
Go back and forth stabbing each other.
It's a D10. That's the D8. It's a 6
Balrick, you're on
2.
deck.
That is... Oh my god, why is my maths always so bad when it comes to doing D&D?
Pressure.
13 points of damage, I
18?
guess? And 13.
13. Sick.
My math isn't that bad.
Can Deck, now seeing that strike, can Deck add an extra d6 of fire to that?
Yeah, go for it. Roll the damage.
I think Deck's no, Deck's not fire right now. Sorry, no. What did we decide? I think we said lightning.
Sure.
Said lightning.
Let's go with that. There was a
Add an
storm
extra
last
4
night.
lightning
He
to
took on the energy.
Yes,
from the storm.
exactly.
How much, sorry?
Exactly. An extra 4 points of lightning.
Which is halved to 2. There's an Arquen.
And the creature blinded until its next turn.
It is indeed blind. Balrick, you're up.
End of its next turn.
Cool. Now being able to see, I'm going to whistle for Dek to come forward, and Dek is going to jump in front of, into the thing in front of us to try and fight it.
Go for it.
The same one that Lesley's been attacking.
Yeah, there's only one left now.
Oh, fair. Dek's going to speed past. Dek gets a 7 on the dice. Missed it completely. No, no,
what does Dek
Dek's
add?
left. It's a plus 5, plus 6.
Plus 6 is
13.
enough.
13 hit.
Yeah.
That is 1d6 plus 3 just the biting, so 6 biting, plus another 6 lightning.
Do Dek's attacks count as magical?
No, just the lightning
so
bit.
6 points of damage. As Dek, because it takes a scrap of cloth with it, Dek thinks it grabs part of its flesh, but the flesh just kind of dissipates into smoke in Dek's mouth.
I'm going to follow on
They are magical, I believe.
slashing. No, they're not.
no.
I checked. Later on, they
Actually,
become magical, I think, but not yet.
Fair.
I get a 15 plus up. I got a 9 on the dice, which is 17 minus 2, 15 plus 1 from plus 16.
16 hits.
16 hits, magical short sword. 3 plus 6, 9.
9 points of damage from the magical.
With a follow Dek with the short sword and another slash. Nat 1.
The thing is just still standing as Balrick slashes through with Dek's help. It is clinging to life and it begins to reach a hand down towards Balrick in this moment, its voice babbling towards its direction. Arquen, it's your turn.
Fucking hit it twice.
Go for it.
I'm covered in shit. So with the exhaustion and the bless, that makes that an 18 to hit.
Hits.
And the other one is a natural 19.
Hits.
So that is 8, I believe, definite hit. 5, 7 plus 8. 7 plus 8, that is 20 damage total.
How do you want to do this?
Lish just like as I'm like rising out of the water, like slashing it twice as it just like the ghost flame blade just like goes through it and it just like burns up from it as you see water and like it just pouring out of my helmet. And it's just like, I'm so fucking pissed off right now.
The ghost fire flickers and burns away the last remnants of its tattered robes and bindings, and the desiccated, mummified body that was trapped in it and buried within the walls here clatters to the ground and just sinks into the moisture. Up ahead of you, as the babbling slowly quietens down, takes a few seconds to echo around the chamber. Up ahead of you is a dark black wall that seems to be resistant to the light of Balrick's lantern, and the compass points directly at it. What do you want to do?
If there's anywhere to have a sit down and a 8-hour rest.
Not really.
I'm on 56. Does anyone need a bit of a touching up?
I've been stabbed a little bit.
Always.
Sorry.
Calm yourself, Lesley.
While they're doing that,
I'm gonna walk over and I'll cure wounds, Arquen.
Do you have all of my hit die? Like, we can take a short rest, but...
In a sewer?
We're gonna wait for an hour outside a weird wall.
When Aderyn did her magical fire, did we see anything with the wall, or were we too preoccupied?
You were too busy in darkness at that. You were wrapped in darkness, so you couldn't really see. But you could totally try again. I don't know.
I'm on 62 out of 87.
Get 14 back.
Oh, cool.
And I'll do it on myself as well. For also 14.
Can imagine Ximori and Lesley just walk over to the wall and just like look at it?
Yeah, can we touch it? If we touch the wall, does anything happen?
I would like you both to
Gonna
make
touch it.
wisdom saving throws.
Oh no, we shouldn't have touched the walls, Maury. Sorry.
Oh no! Ah!
Sorry,
Come on.
I'm busy getting
We're still
touched
blessed.
up.
We're still blessed. 19.
I also applied some healing salve to my burn on the back of my head.
Leslie?
Yeah, my scorpion sting in my back.
Leslie?
God, these creatures of darkness had some weird attacks, didn't they?
Emma?
Yeah, the weird sort of golf ball sized holes blasted through you.
Emma,
They
what
were
was
like
your
really
wisdom
weirdly
save?
familiar.
As you go to reach towards the wall, a heart-stopping, palpable sense of dread and fear takes over you, and you go screaming, running back the other way.
Oh yeah.
Tackle him again.
And as I'm finishing up touching Arquen, can I reach out and grab Lesley before he like?
Sorry, I'm a Balrick wrangler. I'm a Lesley wrangler now. I'll tackle him on the way past.
Lesley is screaming, I believe. But very impressed. Very impressed. These guys are learning well.
Seeing Lesley run in the opposite way from a just a wall, I just bring out the spell book.
A wall that I've just got my hand on.
Maury seems to be fine.
What spellbook?
My ritual
your
spell
ritual
book
spellbook,
and start
okay.
casting Detect Magic.
Okay, so we're going to wait 10 minutes while Tauri casts Detect Magic.
Well, they're busy curing wounds and sewing things up. I'm
Which
sure
takes, like,
Aderyn is busy
30
just
seconds.
blasting prestidigitation on every single person about every 30
absolutely.
seconds.
Takes
Particularly
one
after it was just in the water.
You could wait 10 minutes as everyone kind of just dawdles around, keeping away from the
1/60th the time.
fear-inducing wall. There is a magical effect, specifically illusion, placed on that wall. It does appear to be quite extensive, but yes.
Can I touch the wall?
Make me a wisdom save.
But is it essentially just a wall?
Am I still blessed?
Not after 10 minutes,
not.
no.
Well, no, obviously I'm not going to do it after 10 minutes.
The act of trying to cast a spell over 10 minutes takes concentration, even via ritual, so the blessed concentration would drop.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's still a unnatural 20.
Success. You're able to quell
Sorry,
that
22.
waving passage of fear, and as you touch it,
Or
something about it does give off that it is illusionary, but it is solid in it. It is an aspect of, like, even then, your mind wills yourself against pushing through it. You're not repelled by it, but, like, physically, like, I can't progress through here. My mind won't let me.
Hey, Tauri, is this like
I have an idea.
an actual wall? Or like...
Wait,
No, it's a illusion.
Oh, sweet.
Ximori,
Yes.
it won't let someone willingly pass through it.
Yeah.
Can you tackle me through it?
Oh, I see. Let's pick up Arquen. And
Yeet.
you know that wonderful bit in Toy Story 2? Of like, use your head. But I don't want to use my hair. I'd like to run Arquen a little bit first into the wall.
Just
Okay.
caber toss me. Caber toss me.
Caber toss?
I feel like battering ram is the way to go.
Okay. Battering ram through this illusionary wall. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Arquen. And Ximori,
Okay.
actually. Let's see whether Ximori can overcome the fear.
One
wave that
higher
it's
than previously.
That's a 19, so Ximori's good to go.
Ximori is good to go. Okay.
I've got a task. I have literally been given something to smash.
Arquen, you take 10 points of psychic damage as you go cascading through a manifested, physicalized nightmare of pure fear, and then go crashing down on hard, uneven, rocky ground. There
My
is
hypothesis.
a wave of disorientation, of loss, of failing and falling, and then this hard, rocky ground and complete darkness around you. You have no light source, and I don't believe you have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You can make out a rocky, rough-hewn tunnel that you're in, and that's it.
I will pull out my little lantern. I imagine, like, as I was being thrown, there was like, ah! And like landed on the Oh. I'll pull out my little lantern that I have, my lantern of Fey tracking. Any Fey within 300 feet of me?
No.
Good to know.
A faint light illuminates this, as I say, completely rough-hewn, almost like oval-oyed crack in the earth that you find yourself in. And you kind of turn the lantern back from the direction you were thrown, and it's just a tunnel leading into the earth.
Any buttons on this side? Or levers?
You take a quick look around, there is nothing.
Arquen, you alive?
Can I hear them?
Nope. You
Can you see
are alone.
Right, I might have killed Arquen. Or they're on the other side of the wall and they're safe.
Can I try and come back?
One or the other.
How do you try to come back?
Oh, just through the wall.
There isn't a wall there. There is the tunnel that you are in leading away from you.
Interesting, yes. I can will sit down.
Maybe
Learn
we should
to
someone.
wait for Tauri to identify things. Noted.
Tauri, please make me an Arcana check.
Cool. 12.
12. Not a great roll. But
just imagine just in the background as like the final parts of Tauri's illusion of like detect magic are coming together. Ximori just bounds across the back of the screen holding Arquen and yeets him through a wall.
You don't really get and no additional information comes to you, but like that piece of illusion is impressive magic. That took time to construct.
Can I see if there are any threads or anything from the magic to go with any glyphs or runes with it being this strong, to see if there's anything like
as in there are
attaching it
to its fixed
into
point.
the wall? Yeah.
Make me an investigation check.
That is much better. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You look around and you think you can kind of see built into it, it's etched onto the wall, but they're not this side of the wall. But with that investigation check, what you do see is there is a semblance and relationship between them and the runes that are on the compass.
What happens if I hold the compass up, trying to get the runes to kind of match the direction that...
Right, I get what you mean. Nothing even that complicated. As you kind of like lift up the compass towards the wall itself, you begin to see the wall almost begins to like ripple like the surface of a lake made of shadow kind of thing. Like it almost becomes malleable.
I just tell everyone, right, come on guys, I think the compass will get everyone through. Sorry, how about it?
Okay. I run at the wall.
You run at the wall? Tauri, you stay inside of it.
I'm standing literally right next to the wall so that I'm the last person to go through, so the compass is trying to do its thing while everyone else goes through.
Okay. Ximori.
Actually, having a think about it, just before, say about just like look at Tauri, look back at everyone else, look at a wall that I've just thrown Arquen through that there's been no response from.
Well, you can see it's shimmery now.
Right. If I die, I am coming back for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I run through the wall.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that didn't work.
Oh, Arquen,
4.
sorry. You succeeded
Yeah.
on the wisdom save. You should actually only take 5 because you're also resistant to psychic. So
I think so. It would have been 20, and then it turned to 10,
to 5.
and then it was. I said at the time,
Cool,
but yeah.
thank you. Sorry, what did you roll, Ximori? 4. You take 18 points of psychic damage. And out of the darkness, again, you get this feeling of disorientation, loss of self, fear take over you. You are screaming as it scrapes your mind, and then poof, you land in a dimly lit, rocky corridor with Arquen staring at you as you step through. Arquen, you just seem to appear out of the shadows that your lights weren't catching.
Welcome.
My eyes are bleeding.
Welcome to a tunnel.
Nice place you got here. I like what you've done with the...
Can I see anything
Yeah.
this side from Ximori going through?
No.
In the magic side of things, like did
You see the wall is rippling as they step through, but it is like Ximori still has to force their way through it. It just seems to be reacting to the compass more than anything.
okay? I will try stepping through myself next, holding the compass.
Okay.
Don't worry, it stops hurting after a while.
Tauri, you step through and find yourself feeling this tumbling sensation like you are falling through the earth. The shadows pressing upon you and try to reach towards the edges of your mind and are repelled by a presence in your hand, and you just casually step through and appear in this rocky crack next to Arquen and Ximori.
Hey.
What do I see if I look behind me?
Nothing. You see a rocky tunnel. The rest of you now see this wall stop shimmering and go back to a solid state wall.
The scary wall.
Uh-oh.
Can I try and go back the way I came?
You walk up a cavernous thing until it eventually kind of seals and becomes too tight to crawl through.
Huh.
So
It's
What
been
do
perfect,
the three
guys.
of you do as 3 of your party members have now disappeared?
Leslie's cowering.
What if
The fear does
now
eventually
goes-
fade on you, Lesley, especially after 10 minutes.
What if one of us goes, but like we tie? Do we have a rope?
I have some rope.
Rope.
This is
Well, why don't we
Lovely
do that? And then
walking
we
in
can-
and dying. What if that's like a fucking murder hole? And
Why
we
would you
just walk
say
into
that?
the murder hole.
A portal to
Why
the
would
blended
you say
dimension.
that? You can go
Fine.
through them, Balrick, since you think it's a murder hole.
All right,
Congratulations. You win.
Fine.
The
You
black-
keep an eye on deck. You keep an eye on deck. I'll grab some. Here's some rope. Hold on to it.
Okay.
I'll go
I'm
through
gonna
next.
hold on to the rope like my life depends on it.
Make me a wisdom save, Balrick.
If I tug the rope, you're pulling as hard as you can. I don't want to be a victim of the murder hole.
Okay.
Bless is down now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 'cause the thing. 10.
10. You take 19 points of psychic damage as the nightmares scrape across your head and you replay memories that you have buried a time and time again before you become stepping through a haunted look on your face to see the rest of your party in this unassuming rocky cleft. The rest of you see this rope trailing behind him that just seems to like disappear into a darkened point.
Is not a pleasant experience.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
It's not so bad when you're
Oh.
chucked through it and you don't have time to think about it.
Balrick.
So we just need to pull them through. Is that what you're saying, Arquen?
Just huck yourself.
Oh, I didn't give an explanation. I'm gonna pull now, and she's gonna think that I need to be pulled out. I'm gonna
Just pull
try.
harder.
So what we have to do is just pull
we
them
will
through
pull.
really
Yeah.
quickly and not give them a chance.
I'm gonna pull on the rope slowly.
He's Lesley, he's pulling. He's pulling. We need to pull him out. Lesley, help me. Help me. He was right. It's a murder hole.
Come on, guys.
At this point, Ximori, Arquen, and Balrick.
Come on, guys. Let's pull on.
Right, we're going to pull them through.
We've got 2 people with a large character strength. Yeah,
Yes.
we're just going to pull
Right
it out.
You pull them through?
I think that's
We
what
might
he's
win.
gonna do.
Me and Lesley might win.
The question is, do Aderyn and Lesley let go before the rope goes?
No, they've tied themselves to the rope.
No, I'm holding on. I'm pulling you back from the murder hole.
Okay, Balrick, make me an athletics check at advantage. Aderyn, make an athletics check.
Surely advantage. He has
Do
me
we get a
and-
bonus?
Okay, yeah,
because both
Aderyn
of
can have
us,
advantage if Lesley is providing help from behind.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do we get a bonus because Balrick and I are both large characters for the sake of pulling?
That's why he has a... Oh, you're both pulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also.
Oh, okay, okay, back it. Aderyn, what do you roll?
16.
16, not enough. This is like a DC 25.
I'm going to say, 'cause I rolled a 6.
The two of you are slowly,
Balrick and
inexorably
I have a drag
pulled
pull lift of
towards
960
the wall
pounds.
of darkness and night that's emitting a sense of fear that begins to grip your hearts. And before you know it, you're desperate, like your body is desperately trying to keep you away, but the strength pulls you into the darkness. I need you both to make wisdom saves.
Wait, Lesley and Aderyn.
Yep.
What about Dag?
What about Deck?
What about?
There's nothing.
What a
Deck is tied to the rope.
Cool, Deck
Yeah.
jumps as well. I need a wisdom save from Deck as well.
The fact that Balrick and I both have a pull of 960 pounds each.
What a bunch
I
of
think mine-
bumbling fuckwits we are.
Mine is shorter than yours by a teeny tiny bit.
Anyone who rolls below a 13 takes... Wow, I had done the maths. 23 psychic damage, otherwise you take 11.
What the?
Aderyn comes to unconscious.
Wait, is it a wisdom?
Wisdom save.
Could have been a really easy thing.
17.
Cool, you only take 11 psychic damage as, for the second time in a couple of hours, you are all subjected to the terrors of your own mind and the maddening scrabble of darkness older than time trying to get into your heads before you are pulled through. By the time you're finished pulling through, what has happened is the rope that was 50 foot long is now 5 foot long, as it has been compressed and magically warped down to basically the distance as you two come face to face. And you are all now standing upon solid stone some many miles beneath the Earth's surface in an unlit, well, now lit, broken tunnel of rock. A crack through the very foundations of the Empire. And up ahead, in the opposite direction to the which way you had came, you can see the beckoning emptiness of a large space, beckoning you into an unknown future for yourselves. And I think there is where we will stop, as you all begin to question just where you have ended up, and our camera just fades to black. And we'll pick up this story next time. Until then, see you later!